played the first one so far.
And not explain where we came, where we even were, that this conversation was happening. I want to turn that down like one tick, or
That's probably good now. You can still hear it, but it's not too loud. I'll wait to push the A button this time. Just in case. I'm at a net profit for lives right now.
yeah, you start with 5.
Okay.
If you held a gun to my head and said, play Kingdom Hearts, I would probably tell you to pull the trigger.
I think just play the first Kingdom Hearts and then be like, no, nothing else, we're done. Because then you get the Kingdom Hearts, we've seen this already.
You can skip if you want, or we can continue talking about that. I mean, good evening, Rayquaza.
Like, play the first one, then just be like,
Why would I
done.
do that? I have so many other games that I know I will enjoy to play, right? And it's like, or I could play this one that I don't really like.
Well, Kingdom Hearts is just very cozy, it's very fun, especially if you're not going into it with the mindset of, I'm going to play 13 other games, I need to take notes on the plot. Mickey is the Grand Emperor of Time or something. Of hearts and love. I don't know. No one knows.
Like, I will never play Kingdom Hearts. That is my goal.
I'm coming, Iblis.
That is my goal. Anyway, hello, good evening. I'm Wes, the Explosion.
I'm Sam. I forgot I have to wait in between jumps to miss that one.
And
Rings.
never Kingdom Hearts. I kind of think that when things are convoluted for the sake of being convoluted, like I remember watching a video from somebody back in the day who they were discussing a figure that I think it was like one of the designers from Final Fantasy made of Batman, right? And it was like the most over-designed version of Batman that was like ever in existence, right? They're just like, yeah, they just can't do simple. Like, everything needs to be, like, epic, have, like, a billion moving parts and all that stuff, and it's like, yeah. But, like, the whole thing with Kingdom Hearts specifically, though, it's like, it's Kingdom Hearts combined with Disney, and I'm like, oh, I don't like either of those things. Not Kingdom Hearts, it's Final Fantasy combined with Disney, and I'm just like, I don't like either of those things. It sounds a little crazy to say that I don't like Disney, but I do mostly stay away from Disney these days.
Sometimes. Although I don't know if there's a single Final Fantasy game I like more than a single Dragon Quest game.
Oh my gosh, Dragon Quest.
I just feel like Dragon Quest has a lot more personality.
Aye.
I also think the writing in Final Fantasy is poo-poo sometimes.
I mean, I have heard stuff like that.
Well, some people get very mad at me for that. They're like, no, it's so great. And I'm like,
If you don't need a flowchart,
the one with Cecil? Can I spoil the Final Fantasy with Cecil?
oh, that was the one that made me stop, like decide that I'm never gonna play Final. I do have some Final Fantasy games on my backlog that I'll probably play at some point. But that was honestly the one that made me never want to play Final Fantasy again.
Oh, that game was terrible.
And
I
did
only
we-
got through it because I played it with our brother, and we were kind of just laughing at it the whole time.
Did we play? Yeah, oh yeah. Did we mention something about belts? Sometimes
Belts?
chat's, yeah.
How
How many belts? Just like, what did I say? I swear, like,
Did the
I
Batman figure have
remember-
belts?
that would make sense. No, the belts thing would be if Rob Liefeld. I'm glad you were following the train of thought. No, I think it just had like a shit ton of edges and, like ridges and everything on it. It was like really convoluted, right? No, belts would be if Rob Liefeld designed Batman. You don't need to know who Rob Liefeld is.
I have no idea.
He's a hack, but he invented Deadpool. And by invented Deadpool, I mean that he just remade Deathstroke the Killer. You know Deathstroke the Killer's name, his real person name, is Slade Wilson?
Is that the half orange, half...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, who's obsessed with Robin in a
Yeah.
not weird way. Slade Wilson. This is my OC who has similar powers in costume. Wade Wilson. Oh, really? Oh, Rob, is that your OC? I read his run on Deathstroke the Terminator for like the new 52. It was awful. It was awful. A lot of bell. That does make sense. That does make sense.
Do I jump that high?
I don't know. There's only one way to find out. I don't think you do. Were you supposed to jump while it was still rising up?
Well, now what do I do about that?
I guess you need to take a lower path. But yeah. The one with Cecil is okay, I read like a Sprite comic back in the day. You're familiar with just Sprite comics, right? Like it's not too complicated. Okay, think about it, you know, somebody takes sprites from a video game, pixelated things, and they just arrange them and make a comic out of them.
Okay.
They were really big in, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s. There was one I read called, and I still think it might still be going, it just doesn't update much, Captain Sinnes, right? And the guy was just going around, and it was like a spoof off of the Captain Nintendo, well, Captain and the Game Master. And like one of the games that he featured a lot of sprite work from and a lot of characters from was Final Fantasy IV. And you know, when I got a chance to finally play that, it was like a, you know, like you said, it was our brother's game, right? I was really excited, and then I played it, and I was kind of like, I think I was having a good time until I needed to get the blue chocobo. And you know, this is like one of those things you need to progress, and it's what I shall refer to as Nintendo power bullshit, where it's like it's a major, you know, like it's a big point of the game, right? And there's just no reason for you to ever believe that it's there. Where it's like you pretty much need a guide or to stumble like ass backwards into it.
I think we found, like, there's a person you talk to in the town, and they're like, if you go here, there's the blue chocobo. My problem's with the story.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't talk to enough NPCs.
I talk to everybody in every town. Every town.
I just hate talking to NPCs a lot of times because then they're like, they just say the most banal stuff, and then there's just like one guy who's like, oh, by the way, here's either an item you need or information you need, but like either way, it was just like wander onto this one random spot on like the map, and you get a blue chocobo.
Yeah, like it's just a regular grass type.
And like it also bugged me because like I was actually trying to think, right? Where it's like, oh, well, I can get like normal chocobos. What if I breed chocobos and can breed a blue chocobo? And da-da-da-da-da, and like I'm trying to be clever with it, and it's like, random spot on the map. Oh, I should have figured. I should have figured. Well, I didn't get very far, so...
Are spoilers allowed for this very old game?
I mean, if you say about it beforehand.
Everybody
Quick.
dies, and it's like the same kind of thing where I hate with the... What was the one anime? The anime where everybody dies?
I could name some names, but I don't really want to spoil it.
It was we've talked about it before, because it's like super obvious every episode.
Oh,
they're like,
Akame got killed?
yeah, it's like...
Well, that doesn't... I thought we were talking about one where there is an anime where, like, literally everybody dies.
No, not everybody dies in Final Fantasy 4, but like, or 5, whichever one it is. It's one of the numbers here, and then it's a different number overseas. Yeah.
I do need to tell you about, like, the latest Shonen Jump thing that I've decided that I hate, by the way.
Oh, does everybody die?
No! No, they just suck at writing.
That one might be my least favorite one yet, though. It's just...
I liked it, but at the same time, I watched it like 10 years ago. If I went back, I might just be like, yeah, this is kind of stupid.
I have some friends who recently watched it and were like, it's pretty good. I like it. It's very impactful. It's like, you know, Like, unless you're very bad at pattern recognition, it's like, backstory for Gregory. Next episode, Gregory dies. Backstory for Ken. Next episode, Ken dies.
No, Ken, oh no.
And that's every episode. We're
Yeah.
running low on rings.
But yeah, no. I think at this point, though, there is a manga in Shonen Jump that I hate more than Nui's Exorcist. So that is still shit, by the way. They had this new guy show up, and he's like, Captain, do you... Okay, I guess I'm spoiling Shonen Jump shit. Like, recent Shonen Jump shit, so, you know, if anybody cares about the things, I will at least say the title before I get into it, right? This one guy shows up and, you know, like, George joined their team. He's like, have you ever confessed your love? Do you have a lover? Have you ever confessed your love? And he's like, no, I never have. And he's like, I can't work with a man who's never done that because that is exactly what it takes to be a captain. Because you know, you care about your looks, you get nervous, you have all these, you know, and it's one of those like, okay, and then they're like, as the, you know, his mentor, sister person is like, okay, well, at the school festival or what the fuck ever is happening, he will confess his love to one person or whatever, and he's like, I can accept that. And it's kind of like, okay, we're just, we're really, really forcing the harem stuff, which, that was well done.
What, this game?
Just bounce right into the thing shooting you. Holy shit.
Love enemies.
Without the harem elements, it is poor man's Bleach. And by like poor man's Bleach, I mean like you have to be very hard up on money.
I'm just getting hit by... Oh, there's meteors falling from the sky, but they blend in with everything else, and I have no chance of dodging them.
But yeah, no. Astro Royale is the one that I hate, right? Because it like has like they have there's like a good number of characters at least so far, but they only matter when they matter. You know what I mean? It's kind of what you're saying with Akame Got Kill. Because like there was this one character, they go to like this science lab. And they're like, oh, this person, you know, that's not her real dad. She was adopted. And I'm like, well, I kind of remember that, but I'm going to be honest. I forgot this character existed because even though she's been following you around, she has not done anything like this entire time, right? This bad.
The meteors just drop on your head and then you can't jump. Is
Maybe
there
you
a way
should be
I can't look up anymore? So, like, how am I supposed to know about the meteors?
You're not gonna get my way,
But yeah, they're like, oh, her parents were scientists. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if she, you know, that they were in this lab and they died or whatever. And then like next chapter, it's like, oh man, a flashback to when her parents died in this lab or whatever. And it's like, I forgot this character existed, but all of a sudden you're just like, don't you really care about her? Because she watched her parents die right in front of her? Like, not only that, but like the way they died and everything. I swear I've seen the exact scene in like another better story, you know, like better manga, right? Which also highlights the fact that the entire thing just feels like a hodgepodge of a bunch of shonen tropes. Because they have special powers and they need to like hold like a specific item to do, you know, like to activate it or something, right? Which I swear I've seen things like that before. While they don't need a specific item, it's not exactly all that different from Escryad, which is an anime that's way too old for you to, you know, remember at all. Actually, for you to have ever seen. Just trust me, the concept's similar. They're doing like the whole noble Yakuza trope, right? Oh, yeah. Main character's, you know, special ability is punching things really hard. So it's got that going for it. And it also doesn't help that there was like one chapter
What are the
Where there
chances I
was-
just get nuked? Not this time. There's just so much on screen at all times. Like, what if this platform had
They need to
8
show off the
enemies?
Xbox's capabilities.
The lag spikes?
Yep. Anyway, there was one chapter where there was a throwaway villain, well, a pair of villains, and the one villain was trans, and they just kind of did the, you know, the very low-hanging, you know, kind of, like, the not great trope of, haha, he, this man is pretending that he's a woman trope, right? And it's like, oh, okay, cool, 2024, I'm glad that this is here.
What are the chances I play as Rouge?
So I think it's shit. In the final story, probably.
Right now.
In other news, there's another manga that they just introduced where the main character, it's pretty much did the thing where it's like, say you're autistic without actually saying you're autistic. I was like, oh. A lot of people seem to be for it, although it's one of those things like, it's gonna really depend on how like certain things are portrayed. It's like sometimes it's a little uncomfortable having a mirror pointed at yourself. You know what I mean?
What is that?
Did we not do this enough times
No.
already?
I'm hoping to enjoy it though. It's about making video games. Some people have said that, you know, like, some people are like, oh, well, it could be like, yeah. Do you know Bakuman? The one that's about making manga?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I read it. It's not bad. People were like, oh, it could be like this, but with video games. And it's like, yeah, it could be. It could be fun. And then I don't remember which one it was, but like one of the 3 new ones that came out, someone, you know, posted in like the comments, they're like, wow, I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait to get invested, only for Shonen Jump to cancel it 19 chapters in. And I was like, ooh, buddy.
Are they
Did that thing respawn?
respawn?
Do I need to look this up?
Oh, they all respawned already.
Like, I don't think you can physically get around fast enough.
You want the guy?
Maybe. Either way. Ashroy Royale is shit. I will fight you on that. Nui's Exorcist has no reason to exist. Taku Taku, I think, is the new thing. The thing I was just talking about is, I'm slightly optimistic. I'm a little worried it'll hit too close to home.
I've been recommended Don Da Don, I think. An anime just came out for it, the first episode. It sounds kind of interesting.
Oh.
It's like paranormal investigation, I think. Not positive.
It just reminds me of, what was it, like, Dora
Dora Hedora or something?
Hidori, yeah.
I
Maybe
didn't
it
love
means
it.
something, and I thought it was kinda crap. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing and everything, and I watched it, and it's like, these people are all sociopaths, you realize this, right?
Yeah.
Like, the lizard man, he goes into the... do I say... They just, like, kill wizards willy-nilly because they're like, you know, they're bad people. They just come to this world and experiment on people, right? And then they go to, like, the place where the wizards are, and it's like, oh, some of these people are normal people, and we've just been holding them in complete disdain. We've just been murdering them. Even when I got here, I murdered a few people who did nothing wrong.
I'm in part 2 of the level.
Oh, part 2, part 2.
I jumped into a volcano.
Let's cross this cavern. Decay markers, da-da-da-da-da. I think you can just go.
Which door? There's one there and there's one there.
I'd probably go to whatever is more accessible. Either way. I just want to talk about anime. We could talk about anime. My goodness.
Games.
Ay.
Is there a point to the purple balls?
They were in the other levels, so they didn't want to get rid of them.
Is there a
Yeah.
guy up here? I can't see the floor. This floor? Yeah. I don't think that's the correct way. It has a quarter.
Sometimes quarters happen. Oh yeah, either way. I think I don't watch much anime these days.
Okay.
Did watch finished watching Moon Knight with Brandon the other night. Not really sure how to feel about it. Some part, you know, like I think I liked it overall, but there were some parts where it was like, well, this is kind of dumb or kind of stupid, or you know. But I feel like I also have, because I'm so heavily invested in Moon Knight, there's like a part of me that's just like, this isn't accurate to the comics. And it's like, I mean, they're adapting it. It doesn't need to be. I'm just like a lot more sensitive when I freaking care. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm one of the only people in existence who has issues with like Across the Spider-Verse.
Is that the one with vampires playing?
Yes. Miguel O'Hara. I just feel like it's always weird with Spider-Man whenever they make him out to be, like, super important and a bigger deal. Because the whole thing is, he's your friend in the neighborhood, Spider-Man. He's supposed to just be, you know, just going around helping where he can. He does whatever a spider can, you know? So when they're just like, listen, the whole universe, like, the whole multiverse revolves around, you know,
I really hope I'm not
being Spider-Man. The whole universe revolves around Spider-Man existing or whatever. That just is like a little weird. But when they're just like, yes, Spider-Man is the only one of the Avengers who can save the entire world. Really, the Avengers are like his sidekick or whatever. I'm just like, that doesn't really feel like what Spider-Man's about to me, but okay. Like, he could be an Avenger. But he shouldn't be, like, the most important person in the entire universe. I feel like that runs counter to the frickin' point. But hey, Dan Slott is, like, one of the longest-running writers of stinking Spider-Man in existence, so what the fuck do I know? Kinda thought he was gonna pop up.
Yeah, I was hoping I could get it done. I'm just trying to run fast.
What is that ball of flame? Is that the power of Iblis?
So
No,
I
that's
have
the
no
power
idea
of-
what you're talking about.
That's the power of gasoline in a match, bud. I mean, this looks like it's probably building up to a...
It seems like the
What
attacks
attack?
come in regular intervals.
Oh, it's gonna hit you and it's gonna be bullshit.
The camera keeps clipping inside of Silver's dumb face. Is he attacking at a regular interval right now? Is this what you would find as regular interval?
Once every 20 minutes, he's gonna fire off an attack.
I'll have to get closer and use my power
What do you
directly.
mean? What are you trying to do? What is your plan against the big ball?
I'm gonna throw the big ball.
So his big attack that he's been charging up is a single tiny missile that shoots me out of the sky.
I think it was like a, you know, a ring, like a giant ring that was just shooting on in all directions.
Oh, it looked like a
Well, with that camera angle, it might have looked like that. I just remember, like, at a different angle, I saw... Dude, floor slams. Does your floor slam work? Oh, you're just gonna be like, well, screw you.
No, I'm trying to get him, but all the buttons do the same thing.
It was actually like a video I saw. My God, they were criticizing...
The power of Iblis?
They were poking fun at Adventure 2 because it mapped everything to the B button.
Yeah, that's the like one of the bad part. I can't move my camera when I'm behind here, so I can't even check on him if he's.
There you go. You see?
Yeah.
It seems like the attacks come in regular
How do you know that?
intervals.
Seeing him do it once, Silver.
He's psychic.
No, he's not. He's telekinetic.
That's a psychic ability.
Oh, sorry, I believe it's pronounced.
I'll have to
What
get
is that?
closer and use my power directly.
Can you do it?
He's silent. You know, like you do in the middle of the night when you don't want to wake anybody up. Come on, regular interval.
This regular interval seems longer than the other regular intervals.
It's questionable.
I'm just
This
gonna
entire
take
game
it
is questionable.
slow.
I mean, do it once slowly rather than, you know, rushing through it like 20 times. Oh man,
My
did you
favorite part is Sonic.
Sonic Lost World has a frickin' stealth section.
Allegedly. I don't remember doing it. What do I do?
The final spring launches you to the top of the lava ball?
There was not a spring.
Now.
Well, at the top of the path, jump out and levitate to a series of springs. Okay.
Make a leap of faith at the very end of the level. It's good, I promise. Over my jump real quick. Okay, I was not. I purposefully stood nowhere near it.
Other characters would just have a, you know, a switch.
So many. Come on! If I have to restart this whole level, do you want me to take this? Do you want me to take this slow? Do you want me to fight the 800 enemies you put in a single section because that's how you make things harder? I guess it is making things harder.
It's the Mega Man X6 version of difficulty.
I put enough change on screen. It'll probably work.
There is... There's so many enemies, more than you can reasonably dodge, but they just... Like, you take less damage in that game, right? I think I've discussed this before, probably even with this game. But hey, I already started, so I guess I gotta.
Is there an enemy?
Yeah, there's... I don't think he's much of a problem at this angle, but... Yeah, no, just... They frickin' do that. Like, they knew it's like, well, this is an unreasonable amount of enemies. Oh, well, we'll just make it so that they can take more damage. It's like, did you think about making the number of enemies on screen, like, reasonable? Why would we do that? Did you think about maybe not making, like, the worst devil boss in all of history? I think it's called Nightmare Mother or something like that. So, technically, you could argue that it's not a devil,
It's a Metroid.
but...
Yes,
I don't know.
Silver. I know what attacks at regular interval.
Wait,
Oh,
you
we're
know.
talking about that again.
I don't even think it's tall enough until you get up, like, at least another.
Oh no, I don't want to find out. I have no my life.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, it's two, like, jelly blobs, right? With... you know, eyeball control cores that pop out of its body that you need to attack. And it's like, that's a devil if I've ever seen one. Devils are fun. At least most of them are fun. I hate Block Devil. Shadow Devil I could do without. And Chaos Mother, fuck you. But yeah. Are there other fandoms that defend the bad games?
Sonic? They defend all the games.
Well, not all of them. I was actually thinking about it, and like the one that they don't really defend, I think, is Sonic Boom. But I think a lot of the purists for that were already mad at Sonic Boom because they made his arms blue. So it's like, you are the only one that doesn't get a pass. Oh, there, you see?
It's a 30-minute level. You can't even lock onto the springs. You just have to kind of hover at them and hope that it works. And it doesn't because the game doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, any other fandoms you can think of though?
No. I don't want to play through this whole level again. It's so long. I could have beaten all of Sonic Adventure 2 in the time it takes to beat one level in this.
I don't think that's true, but you could beat a few. You could beat a few. You could be chugging along. You could be trucking.
I think I could beat all of Adventure 2 before beating one storyline in this.
That's quite possible. Well, you'd be skipping cutscenes, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think you can beat one of these in about 4 hours.
The 30-minute levels. That's longer than, like, adventure games with, like, long levels.
I think Sonic Adventure 2 is about, like, a 7-hour game if you know what you're doing.
No, I mean 30-minute levels in this. What other platformer has 30-minute levels?
Spark the Electric Jester.
More than mine?
I felt so bad about that. Like, I don't want to shit on indie games, but, like, the whole thing that, like, frustrated me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that they go, like, the entire game where it's like, oh, you don't... I think that hit your calic, but okay. Like, they do the entire game, though. Like, you don't have lives, you don't have lives, you don't have lives. And they're like, for the final level, you're gonna have a limited number of lives, and you can, you can increase the number of lives you go into it by getting more, like, collectibles and everything, right? And I was kind of like, And then, like, the final level, it was one of those things that it wasn't hard. It was just really long. And when something's long enough, you have, like, more chances to die, right? And the level was also, like, pretty boring, too, right? And I can't remember. I think, like, originally I was thinking it was an hour-long level, and then I think I went back and it was, like, maybe 40 minutes, so it wasn't all that bad. And I'm just like, like, I was almost ready to cry. I was like, if I die, like, at one point I was, on my last life, and I was gonna throw myself off the edge. But I was in, like, combat, which I thought the combat in that was really boring. It was just kind of button mashy. So they locked me in. I was, like, stuck in an arena. It's like, I can't die, I can't quit. And then I was told that, like, the final phase of the boss would be a victory lap, and it wasn't. Like, I think the guy that came in, he does, like, some speed runs some Spark levels and everything. So for him, it probably is like, this is the easiest thing in the world. But little old me, I'm just like, oh, gosh, it's supposed to be a victory lap. And this thing's being a pain in my ass. I might have died on it once, I can't remember. But yeah, no, like, I don't know. I did the whole, video on whether lives are necessary, and there were a few people who made some good points. And truth be told, like, I don't think that there's too many bad ideas when it comes to video games, just bad execution. You did it. So, like, I'm not gonna say that lives can never work and everything, right?
Oh, and that's really what's weird in this.
It shouldn't, but that sounds correct.
Like, it's just...
Yeah, you don't get to Wrecking Ball, I get you. Yeah. You don't even get an aura. Oh, yeah. A lot of people, though, did kind of, like, agree with me in the comments. So it's one of those, like, a lot of people are, have probably gotten tired of the whole, oh, redo the entire thing because you died an arbitrary number of times, right? Like, one interesting point somebody brought up was, it's like, I think it's a little weird that people complain about this, but they don't complain about, like, health bars. And it's kind of like, I mean, I kind of get it, right? You lose all your life, and then you have to start over again. You lose all of your lives, and you have to start all over again. But I don't know. Honestly, I think end of the day, it's just how things are, like, spaced out and everything. And how much you have to redo. Like, I think one of the worst things is when part of the level, it just, you know, it becomes like a mere formality, you know what I mean? And it's like, do it over and over again because you died on like the one part of the entire level that's tricky. And it's like, and then you start making mistakes on that because it's just like you're frustrated and you're rushing. And it's like, was that the intention? Probably not.
His hitbox is only on his jump, so I gotta walk up. Is it worth saving the world?
I mean, it's worth saving the future. That's somebody else's problem. Just look at the way we carry on.
The world is like, the world controls like a buggy mess.
Debatable. There'll be other Sonic games. Like the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I do enough just.
That was one of the... It was like a pretty good game, all things considered, I thought. I mean, and probably am being a bit lighter on it because, you know, free to play. Like, it needs to be really, really bad for it to be free to play, where it's like, this was, you know...
This was worth free.
Well, I was gonna say time, but yeah, that's probably a bit more stinging.
Well, I guess that's done.
Like, I feel like I have probably, but then again, I'm probably thinking like movies and everything. Do not really do free-to-play too much. That one was an exception because it was more of a promotional thing. It wasn't like, you know... I don't think there's any way to spend money on the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, I guess you could say that they're trying to sucker you into buying all of the old games.
Oh. These random hitboxes flying around all over the place.
It does remind me when I was... I thought you bounced off of it. No, the camera angle changed. Well, I was watching that guy stream Sonic Adventure. You know, the stinking, you know, the Dark Brotherhood got brought up. Which was like the RPG one. I think there were a few people that were enthusiastic, but most of them were like, yeah, there was a Sonic RPG, it was terrible, and I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not alone in that. Yeah.
Look at this.
I think we've established, I think we've established that. There's been a few people.
Silver runs off the edge as soon as you hit the spring, so... Meanwhile, you're playing dodgeball and the whole class hates you.
Luckily, dodging was the only part I was good at in that game. Oh, I miss. Power force field's still working in the apocalypse.
Give me those rings. It's fine.
Make a run for it!
Go, 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 Silver. Don't get hit by random falling rubble. I don't know how to dodge it, really. I don't think anyone has the reaction time to dodge just a random rock flying at your head.
You know who would get through this?
Sonic, he can run. Silver doesn't know how to run. He walks.
Kirby. Because Kirby had the... You could just kind of spam. There were times where you needed to, you know...
Sonic could do that when
For
he
dodge
was
roll.
small.
And I sometimes, like, I think I've watched all of the Amazing Digital Circus. I
I
think there's only like 2 episodes, right? Or did they come out with a third yet? Last I heard it was last I saw it was like the gummy guy who had the existential crisis. Which that game's kind of full of the existential crisis. The Gummy Croc Man. Did you not watch The Amazing Digital Circus?
I think I watched the first episode. So friends like, you gotta watch this, and so while we were on vacation, we all watched it. And we're like, eh.
I'm not sure I'm like... I don't know. Like, I'm a little more invested after, I guess, like, the second episode. But I don't really think I had a good sense for what was going on, at least with the first one. And I guess we'll see. But yeah. Oy. Just gonna think about, my gosh. The one guy I watched, he was talking about it and he kept on referring to Palmy as the Clussy. Was it the Clussy? Yeah, I think that's how he said it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I've heard it before. I forget who.
It was just so funny because, oh my god. There's a part of me that's like, I don't really think the characters are supposed to be sexualized in like any way. I think the ones that have like the most, like the Raggedy Ann person, and I guess Jax if you're into a very specific part of furries, right? But I don't think they're supposed to be like super sexualized or anything. But then, you know, I've looked around and I've been like, okay, this does exist, I should have figured.
What's that door?
Yeah, Gummy Goo. And no, I didn't. I think I saw something saying that there was another one coming out, but I didn't see it, which is weird because I would have figured with like as popular as it is, and since I watched the other 2 episodes, normally that sort of thing would pop up on my front page. If I have time tomorrow, I'll probably watch it, and if I don't have time tomorrow, then I'll still watch it. It just won't be tomorrow. I still need to play an indie demo and then write something up on it. Yeah, like video for the weekend is I'm playing, you know, like 3 indie demos and just giving my basic impressions. And I had like 2 suggestions for the last game. Rayquaza suggested a game from Inti Creates that's just like, you know, it's like I think a turn-based battle network sort of thing from Inti Creates, and I do definitely want to play it. Although there's also like a part of me that's just like, maybe I don't do that and I, you know, like do something more, I don't know. Rather than talking about it for 3 minutes, maybe that gets more treatment and maybe I do the other one that I was suggested. It was some game, it's like no, it's Big Catch I think it is or something like that, and the demo is called Tackle Box. Where it's apparently a 3D platformer but with fishing, and it's like, well, I like 3D platformers. Do I like fishing though? Like, the other thing is, like, well, then I can keep talking. Like, the other thing is, you know, I just want to get through the demo quick, and I also feel like even just the demo for the Inti Creates thing, Card and CL, might be a bit more in-depth. So I definitely want to play it. Honestly, there's a part of me that doesn't even want to mess with the demo and just be like, listen, you buy Inti Creates bullshit. Just get the full game. I guess what I'm saying is, Rayquaza, if I do not do on Sunday Card and CL, it's not because I wasn't interested, it's because of time constraints and me wanting to probably give it more attention. Although the problem whenever I do indie games is it doesn't do as well as some of my other stuff. Like, I swear nobody watches the indie games thing. Which, hey, I don't get crazy views, so maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much anyway. I just lament, because that's like one of my favorite things. I like Capcom, well, I like Mega Man, then I like Nintendo, and then I like indie games. Sometimes, maybe indie games even more than Nintendo. Oh good, we're here.
What is that ball of flame? Is that the power of Iblis?
you're saying it's like the power of Iblis? I don't know. I'm still not entirely sure what an Iblis is.
And listen, it's not so much that I doubt Rule 34 artists, it's just one of those things that I don't expect to see it, right? Like, there's some things where it's like, oh yeah, it's all over the place. People are going to be drawing all sorts of crazy art of this character, right? And then there's other ones where it's like, well, I'm sure it exists, but I'm never going to see it. I don't go down those dark alleys. And then it's just like, and there's Pomi, but with, like, voluptuous proportions. Okay, cool. 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 And then I'm just imagining an orc guy calling her, you know, referring her Plussy, you know, a whole bunch. Which, that's just something that I haven't, like, really seen too much. There's, like, a VTuber, like, one VTuber guy that I watch. He's just, like, a very, very, like, large orc man, right? Broad shoulders and everything. But he dresses, like, he has these thinking, you know, rectangular glasses and just, like, you know, the business suit and tie. Brandon Nuring. Its hitbox wasn't gone. No such thing as fate for those who go. Oh my god!
Where do?
You push the button. Are you on the button?
Let's go where? Let's go where, Silver? Silver, let's go where?
Just as I expected.
My
Please,
gosh,
Silver.
you are killing my
Please.
Xbox right
Please,
now. Do you hear that?
Silver, where are we going? Silver, Silver, what is happening? Please, Silver. What are we doing? What's happening?
I'm beginning to think that we're not going to beat this game just because, like, the Xbox is going to catch fire.
What is that the goal ring? Is that the door?
It's a door, so it's promising.
I thought that was the end of the level.
Now all I have to do is take him down.
I beat that level without dying. I would just like to say. I would just like to throw that out there. I beat that entire level without dying once.
Oh, okay. It took me a minute to know what PL was. And yeah, that's... We don't need to get into it. We don't need to get into it. I don't think he's, like... I'd say at the person, like, as a general rule, it's a good idea where if people don't want to be connected to their previous, you know, previous life is pretty much where they, like, were under one identity, you know, but he seems like it's pretty much an open secret with him, so I don't mind so much, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and yeah, I was a big fan of him, you know.
Come on, Iblis. This time I'll finally.
I am really worried about
I
it.
know.
Like, you saved, right?
Yes.
I'm half wondering if we should turn it off and just sit here for like 10 minutes and be like, so.
Is it warm? Can we cook mac and cheese on it? Oh, he's got fingers. He looks stupid. I don't know what it is. It's like his legs don't fit the body. He got like little chicken legs with his huge body.
Wow, wow.
I beat that last level without dying once, and in 15 minutes.
Anyway. Randon's Zatsudons are still pretty good, and I also like watching it when he does a game that, you know, I like. Like, you know, I have queued up to watch him play... This seems very familiar. Was this, like, one of the only campaigns we actually beat in this frickin' game?
No, I feel like I did a boss fight just like this. Oh, did you?
Maybe.
But I can't remember what it was, because
I-
it wouldn't
it
have
would've
been,
been-
silver. Right?
He might have, I don't know. Play the tape, I guess. I kinda... Either way. At some point, you know, I watched him play Doki Doki Literature Club, which was a treat. Brandon hasn't played. He is not really all that familiar with Doki Doki Literature Club.
So you could show him the game.
Yes.
Why is he meditating? I can hover. You're dumb.
But can you tell At what altitude they will come.
Waves of flames, one after the other.
Dun dun dun.
The next wave and evade it.
I need more stuff to throw at you, please.
No, you don't. Iblis will win. Iblis #1.
Iblis, I'm getting close to just throwing Blaze at you.
No!
She'll
Try
respawn.
to destroy this foothold.
I mean, that is kind of the rule.
Don't let him get you too.
Or maybe...
Now what?
Is
What do
this-
you want me to do about that? Oh, okay, I understand. No, you're right.
Capsule Corp, you sons of bitches! Bulma, why would you do this?
Blaze can't finish this with you, Silver. She fell off while you were jumping over on the thing. I
But
guess she thought it
yeah.
was a group activity. What? Okay, now Silver, was he over there? Answer me very honest and openly, without fear of repercussion.
He's going to try to destroy the
I did want to ask, there's a part of me that maybe wants to stream some Fire Emblem at some point.
It's gonna be faster. Moderate.
If I played a Fire Emblem game without you, would you be offended?
No.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna ask me to do the Fire Emblem.
We still have like a good bit to play. We need to play all of the 3D Sonics. We need to beat 2... Listen, I said play the 3D Sonics.
We played for 15 minutes. That's the industry.
I'd say at least
Stop
2
there.
hours for each one. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, I don't think any of them are gonna be as bad as this one. Except, are we counting the dumb ones?
Yeah. What dumb ones are you thinking of?
Storybook ones, you're like, they might be even worse than this. It's like, that's not how you sell a game to someone.
I think that my least favorite Sonic game, the one that I hate the most, is probably Secret Rings.
Did you like getting your kneecaps bashed in? Well, now, you could.
Did you not throw enough rocks at him? What the fuck?
Oh, he's got his whole health bar back.
You'll have to
Yeah,
do
that'll happen.
push him back.
I'm looking it up.
Find an opening and jump on his head. Use the right trigger to use
Like that seems like the sort of thing where it's like, oh, you didn't kill him fast enough. It's like, oh, they didn't give you the, you know.
He's not locking on to him anymore.
It looks like he's getting closer.
Like, is this one of those things that you need to stink in, hit everything perfectly? When the lava spheres almost take control of
I
it.
already did that. Oh, I can take control of the lava sphere?
Apparently.
Why does he keep chucking them into... What's over there, Silver? Is there like a stray dog or something? You're like, look,
Fuck that dog.
something to lock on to. Yes.
I am the #1 poster in the dog hater Reddit. I can't remember what that one's called. There is an anti-dog thing, right? Like an anti-dog Reddit.
It's like a crazy monkey. You heard about monkeys?
Well, I mean, like, I can kind of see it. They can be vicious little creatures, right?
Yeah, but it's like...
And, like, not only that, but you do technically, like, a lot of people do use monkey as, like, an insult. Which is crazy to me because
Now, Silver.
Dixie Kong might be one of my favorite fictitious characters.
Please, let's finish this.
So you talking smack on monkeys, you're just like, how can you do that? Dixie Kong's so fucking
Well, it's
adorable.
not even like talking smack. It's like videos of people abusing them.
Oh, I did see that. Oh, I think that was like in Indonesia or something like that. Yeah, I've seen that, and
It was on YouTube for a while. I believe.
yeah, I guess it's one of those things that people will be cruel if they can be cruel, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, people will raise a stink if it's against people, but against monkeys, less people are gonna care about that, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, and I guess it's one of the things where it's like the closest you can get to hurting a
Yeah,
human.
like, it's fuck you. Like, if you want to dislike monkeys because your aunt got her face ripped off by a crazed chimpanzee, you know, I'm not gonna judge you for that.
Monkeys
But
would be scary.
if you're torturing, you know, like, really, if you're torturing anything, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, it's another thing that, you know, if you kill an animal, you know, like, if there's a reason for it, I'm not gonna judge it, right? Like, oh, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat this cow. Oh, spiders scare me, so I killed it. Oh, this fly, you know, he's just bringing pestilence, you know, right? But there's, like, definitely a huge difference between I'm going to kill this thing for a purpose and I'm going to relish it. I'm going to drag it out. That's what pisses me off.
Didn't we just do this?
He's got attack cycles.
It's easier the closer he gets, because now I can just jump. I don't have to help him. Watch out, he's going to destroy the platform. What do you want me to do about that? He just gets to do whatever he wants. He destroyed my whole platform. I can't even move the camera. I can't see what he's doing.
Jump. You did jump. Oh, and it still hit you. Interesting. Seems a little ill-informed.
He's dead forever?
Hmm?
Is Blaze dead forever?
No, probably not.
I couldn't do the circle for some reason. He just wanted to wave his hand and say you want to be a.
Oy, oy, oy. We could turn the system off, let it cool down, and while that happens, you just read. You could read the guide aloud.
You'll be in trouble if you let him get close. Try to keep him away from you.
Why did you buy this game? How much disposable income? Charity exists.
I am legally obligated to play every Sonic game.
Community service.
Oh, man, the joke I was gonna make was like it was a very messy divorce.
I got the Sonic games.
He sends out
I know,
flames
Blaze.
of
Said she
I
wouldn't
know.
charge me out. She really hated me, so she said she wouldn't charge me alimony if I did this.
They made
Like
good
a
games
whole
before this.
But they still occasionally do.
But like, what happened here? How do you go from making Sonic Adventure 2 to making...
trying to destroy this foothold.
I
Silver, don't let him get you
Yes.
too.
I think part of it's the hardware limitations, and
Now, Silver.
combined with this being over ambitious, right?
Stop wiggling your fingers and just... Thank you.
Let's finish this.
Oh my goodness, Silver. Oh, well, there goes my ammunition. I don't know why it just rolled off to the side at Mach 20, but it...
This is definitely like the most frantic the fan has been on the Xbox, right?
He's going to try to destroy the foothold from a distance this time. Here it comes, Silver.
He's gonna shoot. You're sure I can catch this?
The guide says about catching a lava ball. It says like at the last second, although it bounced, it didn't destroy the foothold, so maybe that was
I was
better.
holding the button the whole time and he didn't catch it.
When the lava sphere is almost upon you, use PK to take control of it, just like you would a fireball from a worm. Still facing Iblis, throw the spear back. This is a death blow that finishes off Iblis. If you miss the spear as it descends on the platform, you will be knocked into the lava. There's no way to escape. It's a one-hit kill.
Oh,
What? Maybe this is a different lava?
so now I just... No, because he does this. This is definitely a one-hit KO when he does it. When he destroys the entire platform. Then why drag it out? Why make me think I have a chance yet?
Because Iblis is a tease.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I just need to jump off the edge if I miss the big fireball. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch the big fireball. PK is very wonky.
PK Thunder! PK Pattern!
Like, I'd say PK works a good 20% of the time when I want it to. So after 5 runs, Probably.
It looks like he's getting closer to his final form. You'll be in trouble if you let him get close. Try to keep him away from here.
If it's a lava ball, what? Well, lava and fire aren't the same thing. It still just seems like the sort of thing Blaze should be able to help a guy with.
She's dead at that point.
I guess that's true.
She's like, Silver, I'll help you. Whoops, I forgot I gotta push the jump button.
I don't think the air conditioning, one, this is the room that gets the least amount of air. Two,
Drop some
I don't
ice
think
on the
that'll work.
Xbox. Put some ice on the Xbox. Oh, cool.
He sends out
I can't even, like, complain about the console because it's so old.
You need to predict the next wave and evade it.
Oh, what's wrong? Like, 15 years after the fact, having trouble keeping up? Your lungs getting a little bad, buddy?
Terrible game.
Like, we could take a slight break at some point.
Don't let him get you too.
If you die again, would you mind turning off the Xbox and just reading out loud for, like a few minutes, and we'll say that that's enough?
What?
I'm just paranoid about burning the house down.
Why did your house burn down? I was playing Sonic 06.
Hey, I was watching someone play Sonic 06. You think I'm that big of a loser?
What if it's part of the game, part of the immersion? The
I mean-
fireball burns your house down. Okay, he's gonna do fireball.
I'd say that technology went too far at that point.
From a distance this time. Here it comes.
I often feel like technology has gone too far at some points.
Okay, bye-bye.
Like, he definitely doesn't do more than... I thought the one time he did more than one.
No, I've just attempted the boss a couple times.
Ay, ay. And no, it's Xbox. Xbox is having issues. So I'm gonna turn it off for a few minutes. There's gonna be like a blank screen. I'm gonna feed my cats.
I don't know how to... Oh, no.
I mean, I was just gonna hit the button. Would you mind being entertaining for a few minutes? Or at least reading? You can read it out loud. Is it copywritten? I don't know. Ay. This will just be an oddball little thing.
Boss battle. Iblis.
I know what you mean. You meant.
Iblis's final form rises out of a sea of molten earth. The living flame takes shape, stretching its massive arms into the sky and fitting itself with armor made of cooled lava. Iblis is a terrifying giant that stands many stories above Silver and Blaze, who watch the appearance of the living flame in slack-jawed awe. Somebody wrote this. Somebody took the time to write this. They were like, this boss battle is so cool. Despite its apparent advantage due to its incredible size, Iblis takes this battle with Silver very seriously. That Silver was able to penetrate its lair means that the hedgehog is quite dangerous. It adapts a scorched earth policy, sending horrible volleys of fireballs at Silver. If these fail to destroy its nemesis, Iblis will use shockwaves to flatten Silver and Blaze. Silver must hold on long enough for arrogant Iblis to close in and expose his Achilles heel. Silver cannot hesitate to strike. He must brave Iblis's burning visage to deliver a series of psychic blows that could forever change the future of his world. That's the song. It's like the song. The song everybody in his world. When the battle begins, Iblis raises his arms to the roof to issue forth an initial salvo of fireballs. Silver's platform is long enough to run to either extreme and avoid the volleys. Pick up rings as you move. Several cooling balls of lava are sitting on the platform at the start of the fight. Lift them with PK and hurl them across the molten ocean to chip away at Iblis's armor. After the first batch has been exhausted, you must wait out Iblis's fireball attacks and replenish the supply. Do not throw lava balls during an attack, as you risk hitting one of Iblis's projectiles instead of the lava Leviathan himself. After he withstands several of your attacks, Iblis moves in for the kill. The living flame slams its arms down on the platform, shattering the edges and making it smaller. When it lowers its head, you can spy its weak point, the green eye in the middle of its forehead. The PK marker appears on its eye, signaling that you can attack. Levitate over to Iblis's head and stand on the marker, unleashing a blast of PK to damage the living flame, forcing it to recoil back across the sea of lava. Iblis releases a series of shockwaves that speed across the lava towards Silver's platform. You must either jump over or duck under the shockwaves as they roll into range. If you're struck by a shockwave, you'll lose your rings, and there's a good chance. Why are they capitalized rings? That's weird. And there's a good chance the ripple will wash them right off the platform. After you attack Iblis with several lava balls and at least 2 PK attacks to the green eye, that's not true. I think I've done it with 1 both times. Iblis resorts to one final attack. The living flames raise its arms and conjure up a massive lava sphere. You have a few seconds to watch Iblis gather lava before it catapults the sphere across the arena. When the lava ball is almost upon you, use PK to take control of it like you would a fireball from a worm. Still facing Iblis, throw the sphere back. It is the death blow that finishes off Iblis. If you miss the sphere as it defends on the platform, you will be knocked into the lava.
Looks like we're getting to spoiler territory, so, maybe we don't read beyond that last attack. Do you understand now?
Yeah, is he gonna do a kamikaze attack on me like Eggman does? Where he's like, the fight's over. JK. No, it's not.
I think kamikaze translates to
Strike of the wind or something?
divine wind.
Oh.
Kaze is wind, Kami is God. So it is the God wind, the divine wind.
There's a yokai, watch yokai named Cutting Cheese, and his face is a butt that puts out farts.
Oh, wow. Wonder why I didn't catch on over here. Now we see just the generic, stupid, I needed to choose something Xbox avatar.
Play Sonic the Hedgehog. Maybe Xbox was trying to save us. It's getting started. Maybe we need to clean the fans?
I don't know. Maybe it's just dying.
It just needs to
Maybe
survive
this is
a
its-
boss fight, and
Maybe this is its last hurrah.
then the middle thing.
In this world, where one is all in this world.
It's not super long now, I guess, at least.
Never fear the
Because
fall.
the second half of the boss fight is just launching a ball to his face. But
In this
the
world,
ball doesn't work most of the time.
where compromise does not exist.
If I don't get it this time, you'll pull up a video so I can see like the exact moment I need to catch this thing.
I thought about it. We'll give it one try because you read the thing, and then I can pull something up. I can pull something up on this frickin',
Because it feels like I should just be able to hold it, but I can't.
This will be your end.
Here I come, Iblis. This will be your end.
This is kind of what I was talking about, though. Where it's like, do the really, really long, drawn-out, boring thing just to get a chance at the difficult thing,
It's like the one time in the...
What
What was the game we
Try to
played?
keep him away from
It
here.
was
We
like
played
an
a lot of
on-rail shooter, and there was the part we couldn't do.
Sin and Punishment!
Yeah, it was like you gotta stop this projectile or something at the exact right moment.
We got a comment, saying skill issue.
Helpful. Very helpful.
You need to get him so low, or is it after so many attack sequences that he does the whole thing?
This one gets to half health, he shoots the ball.
Okay.
He sends out waves
He
of
sends
flames,
out waves
one
of
after
flames.
the other.
I'm sorry, Blaze, but like,
Get to the next wave.
my only association with you right now is the Olympic Games and this game.
No.
And Olympic Games doesn't bring you up enough. That's a solid neutral right there.
What if she were Percival?
From Fire Emblem?
He's trying to destroy this foothold.
No, from Celtic mythology.
Oh, I
You
like
too.
Percy. I think I like Percy.
I think Knuckles was Gawain and Shadow was Lancelot. You're gonna find
Gawain's
out.
the Green Knight, right? Like that was his name, the Green Knight? Might be.
It has been a while since I've read up on.
I think I like Percival. I think Percival's the one who saw the Holy Grail, had a chance at it, but didn't want to be rude and ask the guy about it. So he didn't. He was like, "That's kind of awkward. I don't want to be rude."
Hey, is
And
that
so-
the Holy Grail? Oh, yeah.
And then
You
there
wanna
was-
like take a sip, dude?
And there was a curse
No, I
placed
wouldn't
on
want to
him.
make you.
Then they placed a curse on him for not asking. They're like, if you see the Holy Grail and you don't ask about it, you get cursed. Now your bloodline's cursed. And it's like, you just didn't want to be rude. And I think that was Percival. If that's Percival, I love Percival.
Well, then you love Blaze because she's Percival, I think.
I don't think I like Lance a lot.
Yeah, he kept on fucking up, you know, Lelouch's plans.
Oh, didn't he like? I thought he was like sleeping with Arthur's wife or something.
Oh, I think he might have been. I just made a Code Geass reference.
Yeah. Good show.
Oh no! Very clear this is Lancelot, the Knight of NTR.
Yeah.
And hey, it might have terrible motion controls, but it still was better motion controls than Secret Rings. Which is why...
Cool.
Oh yeah, knights rule, unless you're a pagan.
I know, big guy. Just do the.
Like, Nightman in Battle Network's really good.
He wasn't on my team, I don't think.
Yeah, you chose...
Oh, I had Magnet Man.
You chose Team Suboptimal.
Yeah, I had Magnet Man. I love me, Magnet Man.
Yeah, you got that, you got him, and you got frickin' Medi.
Yeah, I like Toad Man more than Maggie.
You haven't played the collection much, have you?
I
I
think
bought
I'm-
it for your
Oh,
birthday.
Through,
Battle Network 1.
yeah.
Who was the last guy you fought? I think you were only like halfway when I was watching you play it. I think you were like getting ready to go after Iceman.
I don't think I beat up Iceman.
Yeah, I think you're like halfway. There's 8 chapters. I think you beat Fire, Stone, Number.
From a distance this time.
And is it
Here it
Ice?
comes, Silver.
Pretty please with
Not
the cherry
even-
on top, please.
Not now.
Not now.
If he gets in close, you'll have
Don't
to
worry,
do
you
a
got
lot
like
of
15
damage.
minutes for me to get back to that part.
If you can
Blaze, I
find
know
out
how this
close
part of the
to
fight
that
works. It's okay.
use the right
Silver,
trigger, use the
silver.
second uses on his weak-
V and the V are like right next to each other.
Yeah.
It looks like he's getting closer
This
to
game
his final
makes me
form.
happy. GJ loves
You'll be in
poop.
trouble if you let him get close. Try to keep him
Oh, it says sponsored. I think it said sponsored. I don't know. Is it really good sponsor? I don't know. Gibless Phase 3.
Phase 3? I'm only on phase 1.
No, I think it's specifically this is like the 3rd time you fought him.
Oh, maybe I was throwing stuff at him before then.
Yeah, maybe.
Earlier.
Chuck him and then chuck him and he's like, Spirit Bomb!
He sends out waves of flames, one after the other.
You wanna pause it real quick?
The next wave.
He's like, ah!
Oh, that person just is holding on the button and it worked. When I held on the button, it didn't work. Also, it lied. It said that's a 1-hit. It was not a 1-hit. He still has health left after getting hit by it.
This is apparently the S rank too.
Do you
Okay.
really want S rank in a game like this? Do you want this to be the game?
I mean, like, let's be real. If you have the option,
Foothold. Silver, don't let him get you too.
I would.
and hey, Nightman protected you for free. Magnet Man made you pay.
Oh, I don't remember. It was probably worth it. Magnet Man was really cool.
And I just attacked. You think I had any problem? You know, no. I freaking like ripped through. Of course, at that point, I'd already played like 4 games beforehand, so it's just like I know exactly how. You know.
If there was a dating element to that game, it would be Magnet. He's so attractive. Well, there goes that.
He's got an interesting design.
It's cool.
I have an action figure. Pretty sure that when I did my stinking, I need to get back to him. My gosh. The problem is I need video for Dustman EXE. but I was like comparing, you know, and you giving one the edge over the other.
Do this.
Right at the lip.
Yeah, I can't see because Blaze won't shut her fat mouth.
Yeah, just
Thank you,
hold
Blaze.
it.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
That did a good bit.
I didn't die though.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I need to get back to it, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'm like pretty positive that I gave it to Magna Man, EXE over Magna Man.
Yeah.
Though they're both good designs. I think like the only one, I think there was like one design that I'm just like, I can't believe I gave it to that one over that one. You wanna guess who?
No, I don't know what do you.
I gave it to Bubble Man EXE instead of original Bubble Man. I was like, I probably should give it to original Bubble Man. Even if he is a joke, he actually does have a pretty good design.
I see you. You're big and scary.
He's got like his gecko mouth open.
Memoria.
That's who I was thinking of. I was talking about the animal, but that's who I was kind of thinking of.
I think of Sceptile, and I think of
Oh, Gecko Moria. Will we ever see you again? Does anyone want to see you again?
I thought. Never mind. I can't say things. I was under the impression we were not going to see him again.
I thought that you used points for Magnet Man's barrier. At the very least, you need to make him. You need to dedicate his
thought-
turn towards it.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Nightman's just running around, and if he's close enough to you and somebody tries to attack you, he like throws himself in front of you and just takes the. Doesn't take the hit, he blocks it. No damage because he's Nightman. Are we gonna watch the credits this time?
We still have the last story. Why don't we just watch them after the last story?
What if it's different? What if different people worked on Silver's campaign?
I don't want to shame them.
Oh, fair.
S rank. I'm pretty good.
And I'm pretty sure Bubble Man survives because it's funny. Also because he's not important enough to get dark chips, so therefore he can't corrupt himself.
Are we watching credits?
It's up to you, man.
I think we watch credits at the very end.
Okay.
Music from Silver is available now.
Good evening, Big Red. It is complete. This anyway. Yeah, I think this scene was what they're like, oh, let me tell you how the story wraps up too, in like the end of the boss fight.
Eternal Sun, the living flame that
Oh, I thought he was about to whip out a special move called Eternal Sun.
slumber with my soul, Iblis.
I
No,
thought he was
he's
doing
praying.
the anime thing where he's like,
How I do my super attack?
I'm trying to remember what
Why won't it accept me as the
his
best?
thing is. Yeah, what is Trunks' super attack?
man, if only there was another person.
Blaze!
I don't know.
I'll take Iblis.
I think it's with his sword.
Don't worry.
He's got like one attack. I think it does have something to do with like burning or flames, so this might still be on point for Mirai Trunks.
Blaze was Iblis the whole
Come on,
time.
Make it quick. Use your chaos control to stop time. Then seal us into a different dimension.
Is your girl dead?
No, I can't do that to you.
Didn't we already go through
This
this?
game
We
sucks.
agreed to save the world at any
Silver,
price.
please, I don't want to be in this game anymore. Please.
And is that... I should probably clarify we're talking about Constellation, you know,
Know what to do.
noise creature cancer.
You fought alongside
Was
me
that
to
specifically
save the
in the anime? Because I only watched like a little bit of the Star Force anime.
So naive.
I think Cartoon Network played, you know, like a marathon of all the episodes like one time and one time only, and we didn't get like the second season.
I thought he was about to hit her with the Black Star technique. I forget what it's called.
Blaze!
You know the Black Star technique?
No?
Oh, it's kind of cool.
We're
Black
talking Soul Eater?
Yeah, Black Star's one of the few things that can hit.
Yeah.
without needing a weapon.
If you get the manga, I will finish. I will read the manga quick.
I think it's in like the first volume or whatever.
It's been a while, okay?
His soul and personality are like so big and like, I don't want to say obnoxious, but like, you know what I mean, that he can inject himself into other people and like force their soul out, or like make their soul uncomfortable at the very least. So he like turns and
Oh dear.
pale. It's very cool.
I killed my best friend.
Well,
Or at least sent her to another dimension
I
or
thought
whatever.
she did it because he was like,
I can't do it. I won't do it. You can't make me.
oh, it's the boys. All the boys are here. We got 0 rings. Why are rings silver? Am I crazy? Or are they silver now?
It's kind of a light thing. Oy.
Hey,
And Blaze is too cool to be Silver's girlfriend.
It's Meffles. I was like, she's a lot older than him. Maybe it's just because, like, the way he talks, but Silver seems a lot younger than everyone else. And a little
He
bit
didn't go to
dumber.
school. School was dead. She was a princess from another dimension or something.
Meffles, what are you doing? Why are you
I don't
slowly
think this
turning
game
towards the
counts
camera?
anymore, so I don't really know if it's worth looking up the backstory about how they screwed up Blaze's whole thing.
Meffles.
There was something in the comics, like, recently-ish, where Blaze seemed to get a bit flustered around Sonic, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Everyone makes Sonic.
Not every woman and some men in existence need to be in love with Sonic.
It's Meffles. Hey, Meffles. How have you been? It's been a little bit. Sonic, I swear if you're like... Oh. Did he just get...
He just got special beam cannon.
I was gonna say, did he just get Piccolo'd?
Oh no, my teeth aren't connected to my mouth properly.
On the plus side, do you know how quick he's gonna get up Snake Way?
Yeah, that's true.
Sonic,
He's gonna be there.
And he'll be able to catch the... Is his name
Bubbles.
Gregory? Oh,
No,
Bubbles. Is
no.
Gregory the little grasshopper?
Gregory's the cricket. I don't think Gregory was in the manga. But I think he's canon now through Super.
I apologize if there's any Gregorys, but Gregory is such like a silly little guy name.
Do you know why Bubbles is called Bubbles?
No.
Because Michael Jackson had a monkey named Bubbles.
Oh.
Like, there was this one time we were doing some sort of, like a Trivial Pursuit or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, what was the name of Michael Jackson's monkey? And it might have been multiple choice, but I was just like, oh, it's probably Bubbles. And they were, and who I was playing was just like, how did you know that? I was like, oh, well, there's a monkey in Dragon Ball named Bubbles.
Oh, she mad. And now she fire. But he wanted that.
Finally, the seal is broken.
Tie it into Sonic Rush, just like they tied in Mania and Forces.
Fire. That's gonna be Iblis. So he did trigger Iblis.
Now, chaos.
Yes. If I remember correctly, the whole thing is that Iblis was sealed inside of Elise, and crying would release him.
Mm-hmm.
So when his dad
was
was like, you must never cry, even though I love you very much and I'm dead now. But her true love Sonic dying, that was enough to get her to cry.
But Meffles. What is Meffles?
He is, I think, like half of...
Why did he not
The
get
thing.
sealed?
He did, in a different thing. I think, like, the whole thing, Solaria or whatever, is... Okay, Big Red can probably correct me if I'm wrong on any of this.
Big Red, type up a 500-word essay on the Sonic lore quickly.
I think I read something like Solaria or whatever is like 2 parts. It got split into 2 parts because it was like a malevolent god, and like part of it's
Iblis.
Mephiles, and the other part of it's like Iblis.
Oh, now they're fusing together.
So, you know, they split them apart and they sealed them 2 different ways. It's like two-step authentication, right?
Why did they not put him in something less breakable? Hey, Knuckles. I love Knuckles. I forgot Amy was in this game.
By the way, you know, that's like another thing, though. AI. Mephiles getting sealed like he is, it kind of sort of reminds me of like the evil containment wave. Because they just storm in like pots, and it's like, well, what happens if the pot gets broken? It's like, don't break the pot. Please, for the love of God, don't break the pot.
Yeah. Like, just seal him in like a bouncy ball. You know how much harder that is to break?
Then just Mephiles comes along with scissors, or unless we're talking about...
Where are we?
No, we seal Mephiles in a bouncy ball. Because then if you drop it, it doesn't break, it just bounces.
Is this because of that light? The Chaos Emerald has
Oh,
disappeared.
no.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, hey, Amy.
What are you doing?
How are you?
This is all so confusing.
It's all because of Solaris.
She knows what's going on at least.
It seems we were all caught by the
Oh.
Eggman, this
Hey.
is your fault! If you would have just not kidnapped Elise like 20 times, none of this would have ever happened.
Iblis's seal has been broken.
And now I can use it to power my machines.
Why are his little gold,
Mephiles' manipulation.
whatever you want to call them, more textured than anything else in this game?
Sonic?
That's just what they managed to make work.
No. You don't.
What if he had a hole in his chest?
They couldn't render it. What if it was like really... Like, I think they could get away with like a little scorch hole, right? But if it were just like, you know, like... Then again, it would sear his flesh. But if you could like see, you know, just like his... Like, if he had a hole in him that looked like burnt lasagna...
Mephiles played us all for fools.
I think he mostly played you for a
His
fool.
plan
Yeah.
all along was to cause
Shadow's
the
team
princess to be so
did
consumed
amazing
with
work.
despair that
Like, they
she
broke
forgot
the thing, but that was only because Eggman, I think, was being a douche.
That's
Yeah.
why he wanted me
And
to
Shadow, you know, it only broke because he specifically, you know... He was specifically helping out his teammate and not being a butthole. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, no, Shadow...
Team Dark did great.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe he earned getting his name in the, you know, Sonic Generations remake.
Cause this time-space rift.
Sonic?
It won't remain.
Sonic kept on doing the same thing
Yeah,
over
he
and over
rescued
again.
Elise like 18
We've got
times.
to defeat it now. No, it is
Knuckles
a transcendent life
showed
form
up
that
to help
exists in the
Sonic
past,
sometimes. Same with
present,
Tails, they just kind of
and
showed up.
future.
Knuckles was like, so anyway, the main villain gave me this letter for you. Did you try to capture him? No, he had a letter for me to give you.
There has to be a way.
Amy is...
If you say it exists in the past, present, and future, I'll destroy them
That's
all at
very
once.
cool, Silver.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh shit, I should be paying attention to this and then reading chat while you're actually doing things.
Silver went.
If he exists in the present, the past, and the future, I'll just destroy them all at once.
He was being very cool and heroic, and everybody was very impressed.
Okay, so that's why they need Sonic. It's not that Sonic is the only one that can beat him, they need to kill him 3 ways at once. Even though the past and the future are more than just a single time period, right?
What's the
Why
matter?
does it have to be Sonic?
I think he's saying... I think what Shadow specifically is saying that one of them will kill him in the future, one of them will kill him in the past, and one will kill him in the present.
Yeah, but why does it have to be
Even-
those 3? Why couldn't it be like Silver, Shadow, Knuckles?
Because we don't address the super forms of anyone else outside of the hedgehogs. Boy hedgehogs! Thanks, you know, frickin', you know, Shueisha.
Who's the female hedgehog?
Really?
What's your thoughts
Oh,
on
Amy.
using the power to perform this miracle?
Let's see, what was it? No, Toei Animation, I think, was the one who's like, Pan can't be a Super Saiyan because she's a girl.
But now they have.
You were the vessel that was used to seal Iblis.
I have not been listening to anything y'all have been
Use the
saying.
gem's power to rescue Sonic's soul.
They were all touched by Iblis, then the Chaos Emerald, so obviously they were pulled into this little pocket dimension.
And maybe each gotta go
Probably.
collect a Chaos Emerald. All the
I'll do it.
useful. No, Elise, you're not gonna do anything. It's gonna be the 7 the 6 anthropomorphic animals and the 1 robot. Who go do it, probably.
Solaris flung the Chaos Emeralds to the distant corners of this
How
distorted
big is the
world.
distorted world?
Don't you just love it how he's acting like, we're all on the same team here. We are all victims of these circumstances.
Like
None of us
Adventure
did
Tour.
anything wrong.
It's
Well,
a
that's
little
not
more
entirely true. Silver, you fucked up. You did kind of fuck up. But the rest of us are cool.
Really? You have her on guard duty? What's she gonna do?
What? Is she gonna, like, is somebody gonna come along to try and eat?
I don't know. They're in the end of the world. That doesn't sound good. You're telling me there's gonna be no monsters in any of these 7 levels I'm about to play?
And it happened in Super, but after after Z happened, they did another series that wasn't canon. I don't think Toriyama really had anything. The original author had really much, if anything, to do with it. I think that was mostly done by Toei.
Saving the worst for first, huh?
And while they had a very prominent female character, what's happening?
Yeah.
You have an eyeball on you.
Is that bad?
Pan wasn't allowed to go Super Saiyan is where I was going with that. Now they
I've
have
played this level before, just without the...
now they have Caulifla and Caulifla and what is it? Cabbage? Yeah.
Oh, those
no.
are bad.
They have some female Super Saiyans now in Super because that is by Toriyama. Do you need to go fast before the eyes appear? I'm gonna guess that you don't mean to be doing this.
I'm
With-
not sure where I'm at.
Okay, good, you got your flight back. Will you risk it all for the nickel?
I would risk nothing for that.
Oh, yeah. Kale, that's the other one.
Like a vegetable.
They're all like vegetables, just sometimes it's more like, it's like Vegeta, he's a vegetable. Kakarot, he's a carrot. Broly, he's broccoli. And it's like Nappa, he's Nappa.
I didn't know Broly was broccoli.
I think that's what it's supposed to be, isn't it?
I would make sense. I just never really thought about it.
I think I read something by Toriyama recently where like his whole naming thing was it made it easier rather than try to come up with like clever names. It's just like you pick a theme and name after everybody like that. Did you know the Gods of Destruction? I think like all of them are named after alcoholic beverages.
Beerus.
Yeah, and like the funny thing was when like I think somebody else actually named Beerus, like one of his assistants or something. Good job.
Oh.
And he called him Beerus to be like virus. He's like, Beerus, like beer! And thus we have Champa and some of the other ones.
What's Champa?
Champa's Beerus' brother.
But what's the alcohol?
Champagne. I might be pronouncing it wrong. And let's
Like
see.
Champa. Champagne.
Oh boy, yeah. Kava's a guy, yes. I realized after I said it. I know I wasn't getting that name right. I still need to catch up on Dragon Ball Super. I'm missing a volume. I need to either order it or go out and pick one up. Eyeball Void suck you in and will kill you even if you have range. Kepler is the fusion, yes. Nappa's
So
a
I'm
vegetable.
just replaying the same levels I've been playing all game, but now with random eyes that have weird gimmicks attached.
Yeah,
Because
I
I've played
guess.
this exact level.
That
already.
sounds correct. It says distorted worlds, so I imagine they're just like, copies of what you've already done. I try to move as fast as possible. It seems the more time, like, sometimes it seems they spawn. Maybe not. They aren't really. Oh, there we go.
If I get in the air at all, I lose all ability to get away from them. But I need to be in the air to attack them properly, so I don't know.
I'd say just try to run past before things spawn in. I think that's gonna be the move unless you need to kill everything to open the fucking door.
I can slap him in the butt a little. Ooh. You don't like that, do you?
Ay.
What's this?
I'm not familiar with that anime.
What did I do?
Although, and I knew that Nappa was a vegetable, that they just used the name, but I think you just lit things up. But I didn't realize it was specifically Japanese. And then the Freezer Force, most of them are named after stinking fruits.
Apple.
There is like a guy called, like, it's not Apple, but it's something very similar.
APP.
Yeah, Apple or, Apu or something. There's one character that's just called Berry Blue in Super. And then there's Garlic Jr., which doesn't count.
That's not a
But
fruit.
I think it's like, well, like his guys I think were called like Tutti Frutti, Pepperoni, and Meatball or something like that. So just kind of throw everything at the wall. And then King Piccolo, his were all, like, I think percussion instruments. Was it all percussion instruments? There was drum and cymbal. Piano. Does piano count as percussion? I guess not. But I think Piccolo himself is the only, like, wind instrument. That's good design.
The Chaos Emeralds. Where are they?
Do I have to redo all of their levels if I don't?
I am afraid, like, my guess would be yes, which does worry me a good bit.
I'm not really sure where I'm going. They really pull.
Yeah, maybe you should have turned the settings down on that a little bit, gents.
Where do I go?
Oh, yeah. This was the open-ended one. Where it's
Yeah.
really, really good to just fly around until...
Except if I'm in the air,
Yeah.
I have no defense. No.
We must send Knuckle our pathway.
Oh, Knuckles! Knuckles, I see it! Knuckles, I see it! I see it!
Start singing Pumpkin Soup and praying!
Knuckles, run! Knuckles, run! Knuckles,
That's 3.
Tails isn't that bad now that I know what I'm doing. And Omega I
So-
don't think will be as bad now that I know what I'm doing.
You got Rouge, Amy... Tails and... You're not Tails and Silver, like Silver and Shadow, I guess. Not Blaze.
She's dead.
Or just trapped in another dimension, which, I mean, you might as freaking well.
Give up. Let's go.
I will not give up. Let's go.
There's a ball. He's kind of like a dork, though, right? Oh! Oh, that's awesome! Well, I mean, like, better, you just wouldn't have to deal with them. But the fact that you can is at least a saving grace. Like I said, I'd keep moving. It seems like they pop up the
Yeah.
more... Like, I don't mean to rush you. I just think rushing...
Where was
Okay.
I supposed to go?
I'm going to guess there was probably a capsule port. Yeah. So, like, I apologize for rushing you. That might have been... Oy, oy, oy.
Okay, so I will kill these guys.
Might just be on, like, the edge of the platform. Well, he's dead. Or... alternate path to the side, you can get up here? Did these platforms crop up after you? You can make it. Touch the thing. Touched by an angel. One want to tell you to rush by, but I'm also afraid that I'm going to do that, and then you're going to miss something important. Wait, could you go back and push the statue again? I know you need to creep around that. It might just turn them all off.
Yeah, I guess I have to, because there's no way.
I feel like there probably is a way, but it's like super slim, and it's gonna be like, oh, did you know, like pixel perfect.
He's so slow.
Well, he's no Sonic.
This is just mean.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to, like, yeah, pretty much what you're doing, like, swing between them. Well, at least this one will pull you closer to the platform.
And it just makes the level so much longer, too.
Give it a kiss. Is that from the game? The weird... I don't even know what you want to call it. Or am I just hearing things?
What?
Am I having a stroke? There's just like a weird, like, sort of... I don't even know how to describe it. It just...
No, that's the movie.
No, there's like a weird sound that comes in that sounds practically like... You fell for that same thing when you played it?
Should I just jump
Sonic.
off?
I probably would have stubbornly clung to life.
I have 4 more sections to do, though.
No.
3 more sections to do.
Let's look at the guide. Do you have any hot tips? It's gonna be
Progress
like
0%. It doesn't count. I have to do all 7 in one go. And the balls are just stupid. They just...
To avoid absolutely any engagement with the monsters, climb up to the tip of the spire and never glide more than a third of the way down the spires before landing and crawling back to the top. Oh, okay.
They just don't want to make new levels, so they reuse the same levels for all 3 stories, then they reuse the same levels for the
Honestly,
final
in a better
epic
game,
part.
I wouldn't mind so much.
But they don't even change anything about it besides, I'm like, now there's these eyes that one-shot you and pull you in and make platforming hard. You know how your controls were already terrible? Now it's like someone's dragging your leg.
It's
after
like
your
Joy-Con
kneecaps
drift.
are broken. Yeah, it's not good, and I just have to skip the cutscenes.
Collect the Chaos Emerald and save Shiny. There's no real place to farm limes to make sure you have enough because this is a standalone story.
Yeah, I should make sure I get the one at the end of Tales again.
Oh, that's good.
Sonic, we have to find the Chaos Emerald.
And then we can summon Shenron. And wish him back from the dead. No, we keep telling you this isn't. This is in no way Dragon Ball. We're just both being silent at this point.
Where? Oh, there's like a weird...
Oh, yeah, we were both just... a little nervous, I'd say. You probably more than me, but you know.
Oh, hi.
Mark.
Pardon me.
That just didn't sound good. You did it. You did it. You have 1 extra life for every remaining section. So anyway,
Loading
they've been
screen.
doing some animations for Shadow, building up to the, you know, up to the Generations remix and everything. Which one? I also think that this is supposed to be Year of Shadow or something like that. So, yeah, but comments are turned off. That way, all you filthy degenerates can't talk about how much you want to just bang Shadow in the comments. But yeah. They've been fun, I guess. I'm looking forward to it.
Why did it come back so quick?
Because you were goofing off too much.
Oh, I don't have control over my camera right now.
Oy. Yeah, apparently, like, PlayStation 5 is gonna have the best version of that game or something. Because of, like, the controller gimmicks or whatever. I was watching somebody, you know, rave about Astrobot and about how good, you know, like, some of the controller things are in that. And they're like, oh, and da-da-da-da, and Sonic Generations Shadow is going to have it too. It's like, well, now that kind of makes me wish I had, you know, if that is the definitive version. I think they're also going to do, like, longer animated, you know, like animated segments or something in that or whatever. So PlayStation 5 is going to have the best version. But I'm still not, you know, I'm still not going to spend $500 or whatever just so I can play Astrobot and the best version of Sonic Kisses Shadow Generations. Well, at least it didn't appear right on top of you this... Dear Lord.
This game's so terrible.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, the thing is, they're not random. They appear in set locations. So you could just memorize where absolutely every one of those locations is.
Would they come up at random?
There are probably sets, you know... It's kind of shining blue, I think, beforehand.
Stop. Stop! Oh my goodness. I got hit. I need to sit on my butt for 15 minutes. Don't mind me.
Well, stun's pretty normal, but normally it doesn't do this. Normally you're not contending with this shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is...
Oh, you didn't want to pull me into the kill plane that time?
less than ideal. Yeah,
The controls are already bad, and then they put something on you that handicaps your controls.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying.
Sonic.
There you go.
Just fly over everything.
That is probably a good idea when they give you the option to fly.
Well, I lost like over a third of my lives, I think, on just Knuckles as part of the level, so that's good.
Well, a third is only 2, so...
I thought I lost 3.
I'll never give
No,
up.
no, you got another one.
I had 6.
Huh. I thought that hit you, but I'm not complaining.
Well, they don't deal damage to me, because they're not supposed to be flying everywhere, it just happens.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. If it doesn't have a hurt box, then...
Like, this
Yeah, that
wasn't...
weird buzzing thing like I hear in the background that sounds like a freaking cicada or something.
The level wasn't designed for those orbs, so they kind of have weird physics with the environment around them.
Ah, that's a good point. Oh, killing these guys might up a platform or something, right?
Yeah, maybe. I have no way of attacking. consistently, though. Multiple levels, purple, which I don't think is good.
That probably means that you have a shit ton of eyeballs. Yeah, now the platforms are there, it's just, can you really effectively use them? Oh, good, and I was thinking you can creep around the edge and then... I was gonna say, if you fall, there's a spring down there. I would just leave. Because he's one of the main characters, holy shit.
I really hope my feet don't accidentally leave the ground for that mistake. Hurtling me into the death boxes. Camera's still inverted for no reason.
Ay, ay. This is also kind of like the last story in, you know, actually quite a few of the adventure games, but it sucks. I mean, I think they do something like this in Heroes, so I guess I shouldn't say adventure games. That's right, okay, you remember the sand at the top? I figured you would, but I didn't want you to get up the... I don't like to assume. Assuming is very unfortunate. You know what they say, when you assume, it makes an ass out of me, yeah, you, me. Is that the emerald, or is that
Yes,
where...
I think so.
Because sometimes I see a glow and I think it's an emerald, and then it turns out that a ball, you know, like an eyeball is gonna pop up. Which is another reason why this kinda sucks. One of many reasons. One of a laundry list of reasons. Are you hurting it? I think
Yeah.
slightly.
Just have some platforms?
All right, Sonic, here I come.
I keep saying that. Ay. Yeah, but Cannon Score, like I said, Cannon Score was good.
Cannon Score had working controls.
Not only that, but Cannon Score, my gosh, like, that time, I think that was like might be the only level in that game that I got all A's on.
The chaos.
Specifically because you could just be like, well, time stop. Damn it! I thought you were making it.
Stop on a dime.
Chaos.
In the air.
Where are they?
This might be risky business. Remember how she does that thing?
No, Knuckles does. She doesn't.
She got stuck on a wall permanently one
Oh,
time.
I thought you meant run out of momentum. Knuckles runs out of momentum. She doesn't.
It's all fun and games until they spawn an eyeball on you for no fucking reason.
Oh, I thought that was the emerald for a second. I was gonna be like, Rouge stays winning. If I was an emerald, where would I be?
Oh, there's a platform over there. I think you had to go over there before. I think there was a point where it's like, oh, where do I go? And it was, you know, like across the way.
Oh, hi. Okay, bye-bye.
There's an eagle! For a second, I was gonna, you know, like, I was about to yell at you, be like, no, wall, wall. I didn't think you were making that.
Where do you think I go? That way?
Probably?
I'm waiting.
Yeah, that,
I'm gonna refresh it.
look, I don't blame you for a second. And fly.
Sonic, I'm coming.
They all say like this.
Phrase it differently, people.
I'm coming. Oh, Sonic, oh. Man, get around a little bit more than I thought.
It's like with hips,
And
like, what is
everybody's a satisfied lover? Well, Sonic.
Should have been more than 2 options on that motion. Not with Amy.
Just... Her hammer is normally like the one thing that is like, alright, we about to wreck shit.
Go down there maybe, or we'll see. Oh, this would be pointless.
I mean, they can't suck you in down there. Maybe there'll be an eagle statue one of these days. So, jump perfectly in between the two of them, or...?
Like, Spotlight's probably fine, right? Like, who's manning the Spotlight?
The memory of Gun?
What number am I
I think it's just Shadow after this? Middle of the hallway, not what you want to see. Why doesn't she get any eagles? Did you miss them or what?
Fine, I'll just... It's up a little bit, so it wasn't that bad. She's the one who I thought would say the thing.
Yeah, kind of. Sonic, I'm on my way. You mean like sexually? No, why would you?
She's respectful at least. Only Shadow left? Have I done
Yes.
6?
I think that's the 6th. You did Tails, Omega, Knuckles, Rouge, Silver, Amy. And now you get to go to King's Valley.
Queen Valley. Oh, my bad. That was my fault, actually. Eagle! Don't put me in a ball.
This level is going to be
Short.
in shadows, you know, in Shadow Generations.
Oh, that was a 1-up.
Are you looking forward to playing a new iteration of King's Valley? Holy fuck, Shadow.
Shadow, I love you. Bird.
I think the fact that that should have grabbed you is evened out by the fact that it should not have popped up right on fucking top of you. Without warning.
Oh, Shadow, you're the best ever. Everybody loves you, Shadow.
Some people love him a bit too much.
Oh, no.
Shadow Dakimakura. How many millions we selling?
Oh, hello?
Sonic, here I come.
You did it, I guess. Like, I think you were supposed to fall down there because... Or maybe you're supposed to...
I just walk up walls casual, like...
Yes.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you,
so you got a
Shadow.
cheap death, only that you didn't actually die because there was a floor. Nice.
Need to stay focused.
Don't blame
Shadow.
yourself, Shadow, you did fine.
Yeah, I think it was like everybody else, my dude.
Why did they give all the extra lives at the very end?
Probably so that you're good for the final boss.
I can save before the final boss.
What if it's like 3
Oh.
uninterrupted? I'm assuming that it'll have different forms and you're probably going to have to fight it with 3 people.
What are the chances it plays Live and Learn?
Oh, Chaos Emeralds.
Is this boss fight hard? I need brutal honesty right now. I don't need the Adventure 1 people who are like, nah.
Adventure 1, one of the Adventure 1 people who is like, nah. Chaos, you know, ultimate chaos, perfect chaos is awesome. Might be in the chat.
Be real with me. Shoot straight. If you are not a Sonic fan, how bad is this boss fight gonna be?
You have given me so
1 being a victory lap. 10 being a oh my god.
10 being we're playing a shoot 'em up in space
happens to me.
for 30 minutes
Please hear
against the
my
moon.
voice. Sonic, come back to me, to us.
Can they be used to revive people? Oh no!
You knew it had to happen.
I kind of forgot.
I didn't realize that they shined it out like that. Like, we can't actually show the moment of the lip to lip.
He's brown eyes. I thought he had green eyes.
I think it varies sometimes.
She's dead. Ooh.
That's fine.
Thank you, Elise.
Thank you, Elise.
What was
Shadow.
Amy's expression? They kept her like at the very edge so that I couldn't see whether she was like, "Yay, he's back," or
Oh,
Okay.
she's like not. She doesn't hate it. Eggman thinks he's part of the crew. No, Sonic, no. Shadow, yes. Dream Team is Shadow, Rouge, maybe Knuckles.
I do feel like I've come around on Shadow. For a while, I've just been like, he's bad fanfic Sonic. I don't know if it was this or whether it's just all the promotion for him or something. Maybe it's that he actually looks cool in the movie, but
For being the only confident part of his game. His vehicles are a little stupid, though.
I feel like just from a story point, he, like we've said, he has like by far the best plot in this game.
Gameplay, Rouge is the best. No contest, not even close.
Eye colors change when super. Well, I thought he went like blue with eye color
Solaris,
sometimes,
he's
but
like-
maybe. You would be more the expert than I.
I'm glad we got that.
It's
Fine,
not
fine,
that
fine.
hard, but I don't entirely get it. Well, it could be like stinking, ultimate, Metal Sonic Ultimate Overlord, where I think I mashed through that fight.
Is the sign of a superdimensional
Oh, this is the same as Adventure 2.
Won't work on him. He eats dimensions for lunch.
He eats dimensions for lunch.
Should be
I think I
something
need to
that
hit him in the
anchoring
butt,
in this
right?
dimension.
His butt's glowing. How do I not go forward? Can I go a direction other than forward?
If all of those are destroyed, he can be defeated.
If all of what can be destroyed. Eggman, I'm sorry, I should have been listening.
You need rings to stay in a super state, but maintaining this form consumes rings.
Make sure you don't run out of rings. If you're running low, use the Y button to switch to someone else.
Butt. Is this butt angle? Oh, that's butt angle.
Oh, you might have lost ring when you got hit.
Yeah.
So,
advanced
yeah.
state, you can
Use
use
the
the
left
left
stick
stick
to
to fly
fly
up
up,
and
down,
use the A button
left,
to
or right. And use the
There's a lot of Final Sonic bosses that are just kind of rush him.
attack with your abilities. Use the right trigger to use your super.
Why do I have 8 buttons? Like, did we need all this?
I mean, that's an Xbox thing. What? What did you do differently there?
I charged up my blue beam, and then I attacked while using blue beam.
Do you want to
I
yell out
don't-
some moves while doing it? Be like, Kaioken!
I don't do damage though.
Well, like, maybe if you hit him in the nuts enough, he'll be like, oh, my arms are broken. Now you can hit me continuously.
I might need a guide. I'm not.
Maybe
really
the angle's
sure
wrong,
what's
too?
happening.
Huh.
It's all you.
It's
Shadow.
all you, Shadow.
Understood.
You need to use a different hedgehog to hit him at different times, at least for the first phase.
Is it shadow time right now? I think it's silver.
Silver, it's your turn.
I'll take care of
Your
this.
shield of light should be able to stop whatever comes.
You're saying so many words right now, and none of them mean anything to me.
Oh.
Oh. I'm guessing that's shield of light.
So you could only hold so many things? I mean, I guess I can look it up. I was kind of hoping, like, oh. And again, maybe I shouldn't look for organic gameplay.
Actually, I think I understand.
Do you?
When he shoots his P-beam, I
You
hit
hit
him.
him in the nuts?
Yeah, hit him in the
Do you
nuts
still
while he's
have the
peeing.
energy? Use the Y button to switch with me.
But now I just need to wait for Silver to recharge.
Is there a period of time that he needs to recharge?
Yeah, he gives his range back. It looks like I'm hitting,
Yeah, I feel like you should have done some damage by now.
but I think I need to block all his things with my shield as Silver, and then when he tries to shoot the P-beam, I hit him in the unmentionables.
It's all you, Shadow.
And yeah, it does, you know, Big Red's saying that he thinks that it is Silver for the first few hits. Why even have 3 hedgehogs if only one can do it?
Why start me the farthest away from the one that can actually do it?
Well, once you get used to mechanics.
He just doesn't know what to do.
Can you stop? Can you stop?
Shadow has infinite bullets. I don't even know what he's doing. I think he's just kicking energy at it.
Silver, it's your turn.
Silver, you good? Oh, Silver, you're
Take care of this.
The weird thing is, I was just looking at, you know, when I was pulling this up, I think Shadow the Hedgehog came out like a year before this. So it's one of those, like, you know, things might have been a little questionable beforehand.
I feel like I hit him.
Okay, fine. Gonna have to pee again. Drink too much water.
I'll wait for this guy to try to pee on me so I can hit him.
I didn't know you were into that.
Oh, I
You still
died.
have
It's
ring
fine. I
energy?
did 0
Use
damage.
the Y button to switch with me.
Does he have multiple forms? I think I see another form on
It's
the
all
page.
you, Shadow. Understood. Silver,
Was it like
it's
one
your
health
turn.
bar
I'll
model? You
take
know what I
care
mean?
of it.
Actually, it might be 2, huh? So I can charge up glass.
It didn't work.
Never let rings drop below 10 as a good rule of thumb. The impact weakens its armor, apparently, when you dash it with that.
With what? Sonic?
Yeah, apparently.
Do I need to do that first?
I don't know. Use Silver's considerable charge up Sonic's super attack while avoiding incoming projectiles. When the action gauge is full, press the attack button to vault through the void and smash into Solaris. The guy will likely raise its arm to deflect the blow, but the impact weakens its armor.
Cool. Now what?
Use Silver's considerable PK to capture the spike balls that Solaris flings across the void. Catch 2 or 3 in the PK field and release them back at the god.
2?
2 or 3. Solaris often destroys the balls with more projectiles before they harm it, but any direct hit you achieve it damages the god's armor. Shadow can fire projectiles at the god one at a... My gosh, and you're using Big G too. This is God. At the god one at a time without charging up the action gauge, but the fuller the meter, the more powerful his attack. Shadow releases circular sets of missiles, projectiles, but the god will raise its arm to prevent an attack to its body. And Solaris spreads its colossal arms. Watch out for a beam attack. The energy spears launched across the void can severely drain the hero's rings. Use Turbo to skirt away from the beam. Solaris' primary armor is a pair of plates on the arms. When you manage to chisel away 1/4 of the god's health bar, one of the plates explodes. Best to rely when the core is exposed. Best to rely on Shadow or Silver projectile attacks. Yeah, so you just wanna, Oh, you did chip damage. Yeah, sure. I'll tell you when you're at 15, so that way... Okay, you're at 14. 13.
I'm pushing the button. Okay, now...
It's probably one of those things that when you have iframes, you can't switch.
It's all you, Shadow. Understood. Silver, it's your turn.
I'll take care of this.
Yeah, probably. You're already at 19. It's probably like the longer you have him out of action.
Yeah.
Good luck, Sonic.
Okay. Is there ever gonna be a time that you shadow?
I think if you charge it up, it's saying that his chaos, you know, like when his core's open, you can do a lot of damage that way.
When is his core open?
Maybe with the P-beam.
But I don't
Speaking
know when
of.
he's gonna pee.
But when he starts doing like his arms, like he spreads them. Although it comes out, I think, almost
It's all you,
immediately.
Shadow. Understood.
Pee on Shadow. See what happens when you pee on Shadow.
He has guns.
Alright. I'm just as curious as you. He's not gonna try it. He knows
Silver,
better.
it's your turn.
I'll take care of this.
Good thing Silver will take care of this.
We hit him with like 4 of those things, and it did like, oh, that time you got 2 chip damage. Some of the things look like bomb rocks, at least from a distance. Well, made Emperor Bullblack eat them.
Hey,
Swap.
you still have ring energy? Use the Y button to switch.
Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, can you charge up? Can you get close to him so he puts his arms
No,
up?
I can't get it. I go left, right, up, down. I stay same distance away.
Well-
Unless I trigger.
Huh. It just seems like, like, oh, one of his arms is gone.
Oh, yeah, it is. When did that happen?
It said when he's halfway down, but maybe he won't be able to block once you do it enough?
Is that what Sonic's doing? Well, it said he's chipping away at his armor. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know. I don't know that this game is. Ay, ay, ay.
Did it break when I was Sonic? I think so, right?
Maybe.
I'm gonna do one more rush.
Okay.
It's all you,
Shadow, I'm
Shadow.
so sorry you just can't do anything.
Silver, it's your
I'd
turn.
say charge up and just like let loose.
Oh, now he pees. As soon as Silver comes out, he pees.
Okay, dumb question. Are the things you're throwing crashing into each other?
Good
Yes.
luck, Sonic.
That's been happening the whole game.
I was afraid of that. I'd question it, and then you'd get a clean shot where like the 4 collided with him. I'd be like, oh no, that's not happening.
It happens sometimes. It's like if they narrow in on each other. Or...
I might use the restroom while you're trying Shadow again, but I would actually try to mess around with Shadow. At the very least, that'll give Silver more time to get rings. You're at 13, by the way.
It's all you, Shadow.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay, very carefully behind you.
Oh, he tried to pee on Shadow, but it didn't work.
You missed your window.
They take so long to get to him that it's just not.
Silver, it's your turn.
I'll take care of this. Good luck, Sonic.
Okay.
I got a little more chip damage with Silver.
Well, I mean, like, bit by bit, it's doing it. Also, you know how we know that this isn't the final boss? Well, at least the final form? That there's gonna be...
Because they're not singing Butt Rock.
I was actually gonna say no butt rock, yeah.
Although they did it in the first one for Sonic Adventure 1, but not the second one. First
That
one-
is how it went, wasn't it? It was like thunder, rain, and lightning. And then it did that for like 2 minutes, and I was like, okay. Just random, like, you know, panic music. It's like, yeah, no, that's like one of my favorite Sonic tracks, but let's just, yeah.
It's all you, Shadow.
I'm sorry, I should be watching this. Did you see what his chargey is? Shadow.
That's his charge attack.
Oh, I think it did do some damage. I think specifically when it went the one way, because it hit the arm. Yes! Yes, if you hit his right, your left, it does damage.
I don't know why it's doing it now. It's like...
Okay, that broke. And now he is T-posing for dominance.
Sonic?
Soon, it's your turn.
I'll try a little bit slower. But I'm... It's his game.
Is it?
Did that deal damage?
I don't think so. I'm trying to watch that, which puts me at risk at not paying attention to your damn ring counter. Okay.
Good luck,
It's probably
Sonic.
Sonic.
Okay.
I just wanted to give Sonic enough time to get his rings up. Yo, good Sonic.
Oh, it's at 1/4 and half, so yeah, okay. Okay, the guy didn't lie. I just only read the part where it said half.
Good luck, Sonic.
You're fucked now, Sonic. Just now? This has been less than ideal this entire time. 19. Good.
Okay, phase 2.
Can I just get a little save?
If I die, do I go back to phase 1 even though I have extra lives?
That's a good question.
Is it over? No, it's not over
No,
yet.
it's not over yet. He's not done peeing.
I guess it's not gonna be that easy.
I heard you saying about how the guide makes this game sound epic.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like one of the agreements? It's like, we have the rights to publish the guide to this? Because that is one thing that I like about, you know, just game facts or something. Because there will be points where they're just like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This part sucks and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Is it impossible to defeat a super-dimensional being after all?
Whoa, something's different. I can feel a large, powerful
What do I
consciousness
do?
coming from Solaris.
Is it same as before?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't want to
About the
redo
Achilles
it.
heel is to the red cord. The center of it, but accessing the weak spot is different. Yeah, difficult due to Solaris' free stall phase.
I hit him. I hit him.
Oh, you know what you're doing?
He tried to pee. And I kicked him in the ball while he tried to pee. He didn't like it. He didn't much care for it.
So, this is the non-vocal, but, you know, still... Switch! For the love of God! For the love of God!
Shadow! Somebody please!
Don't think... Yeah, you probably have to wait for the beam.
How do I actually keep
That's a good question. Oh, yeah.
Are they gonna be mad with calling it the P beam? Or they're gonna be, it's really cool. It's actually the supernova beam. It's not.
Probably... Okay, yeah, you're switching.
It's not the P beam.
It's the dimensional rending beam. Oh, so it's just like Majin Buu's dimension screen. Damn it! Well, they said that it's hard to hit him because of his fierce offense. I mean, you're actually doing something with Silver. Swap.
Do you still have ring energy? Use the Y button to switch the day.
Oh, I switched him and I didn't even get a chance before I got hit. How do we dodge the P?
see how long you can keep up that big attitude.
The guide's calling this a phoenix, by the way. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a face or what. Anyway, I wouldn't give it... Maybe swap after this?
You okay? Use the Y button to switch it.
Like, the fact that there's loading on it, right?
And,
And you're just
lags
like...
when I'm trying to do it too.
It's just like, you know, I'm pretty sure you got it. I'm pretty sure this is, you know, the slowdown is specifically because it's swapping for tags, right? But it's just one of those, like, what if it doesn't? He's at 2 rings. Yeah. 13.
I will beat you, Solaris.
I think he said defeat.
Oh, same idea, I guess.
Yeah, but an extra syllable. I do kind of like
I
this
don't wanna be
version of the
here
music,
anymore.
though. I'll say that.
Let's see how long.
I think I like the vocal one more, but it's still appropriately epic-ish.
Sonic, I need one from you. I need one from you, and then you can switch.
You're at 9 right now. Are you sure?
A super dimensional
Stop spawning me in the P.
be a fair fight.
You did a bit of damage.
Remember, you're the coolest. You're the coolest. Remember that, Shadow.
I was gonna say, you're swapping, right?
Use the Y button to switch with me. Prepare to meet your doom. I will protect the future.
Oy, oy, oy.
So you are
And-
not doing much.
He carried for like the first part. Anyway, oy, oy, oy. I feel like the Bio Lizard has too little health. You know, for like the swap, of course. But this is just like too much health. Like way too much health, especially given what a pain in the ass it is to maneuver around this bastard. 9, 8.
Use the Y button to switch with me. This is the end. Prepare to meet your doom.
Yeah, I just say stall. Like, I'd almost say dodge around with Silver so that you can, you know, drag out how much time they have to get rings.
Yeah, because Silver's is just gonna call on the P.
Or each other.
Silver, please! Protect everyone's future!
Hey, what are
10.
you doing?
10.
Hey, do you still have ring energy? Use the Y
I'm
button.
mashing. I'm mashing. Alright. Sonic, I can't tell where everything is because of the lens flare, but you seem to be doing fine.
13. 12. Swap.
I can't when I get hit. When I get hit, it
Yeah.
drains 10, and I can't do anything.
Okay.
I'm back here though. That's not bad.
I'm just gonna put the guy down. I think you know what you're doing. It's just a matter of making it work.
Yeah, he's just got so many projectiles, which I guess
Well,
is
that-
one way to win.
Evade his attack.
Like, it's a combination. Like, that is definitely part of it. The other part of it is just sometimes you're just like, oh, you hit me with, like, your big attack?
Wait, why isn't it not working now?
Exactly.
It's on you, Shadow.
And it's like I spawn in and I immediately get hurt.
Well, that's because we do not have smooth transitions in this. Big Red doesn't get it either. I'm sure there's somebody out there who has played this game so much that they're like, well, obviously you just gotta do this. You do it like this. This is like the best way to do it. I actually speedrun this game. Yeah, I can beat the entire game in like, you know, an hour 40 minutes. $10.
Thank you, Silver.
Use the Y button to switch with me. I'll take care of this.
Really, Silver? Really? That's not the impression I was under.
Was thinking, what if, you know how you had rings stored up on like the other files? What if that was just the entire time? And then I'm just like, oh wait, that's Sonic Frontiers. As you know, you went super against the boss, and then however much you brought along, that's how much time you had. And then if you died, you had like no rings, but it was super easy to just get everything with like a frickin' side loop. What a weird little game that was.
Do you still have ring energy? Use the Y button to switch with me. Okay.
This happened to me a few times when I played Mega Man Extreme 2, because you can swap between X and 0 in that. I'd want to switch,
Why does it not
there'd
work?
be damage. I don't know.
His P was P.
Like, maybe the angle's different, maybe you're hitting it more in the shin, maybe it's really specific on, you know. Because there was that one attack, right, with Shadow, that looked pretty dead on. That did a good chunk of damage. That one time it decided to work.
That was it not charged
That did a good bit.
up. He wasn't peeing.
Go, switch.
I'm trying.
You told me to keep an eye on it, so I'm just assuming. And since it's so delayed, I can't tell whether you hit it or not. I'm sorry.
This is lagging so bad. Just pee already.
I don't know how much it matters. It
I think
might
Shadow
just...
can only hit when he pees.
Well, didn't connect there.
Sometimes I can't tell.
15. You should probably... You hitting the swap? Because you're less than 10.
Use the Y button to switch with me. Protect the future.
I will protect the future.
Well, that's kind of standard. Aye. That's kind of standard Sonic Adventure fare. The talking, talking over each other. Faker, I think you're the fake head. I'll make you eat those words. Probably being the most famous example of that. I kind of have to wonder if they didn't want to extend the scene, but it, like, they could say what they wanted to say that quickly in, like, Japanese or something. You need to hold back. Because when you grab too many, they just collide with each other. That's why you were doing it. I hear it. Oh, I hear the controller ASMR. I think you actually collided with the laser. Friday. Go for it.
Oh, no.
Shit! Oh shit!
Sonic,
oh,
back
shit.
out.
Oh god!
Sonic, I lied. Tap out, buddy. I changed my mind.
Like, there's a part of me that just wants to start yelling at you when it hits 20.
Well, if I switch too soon, then I lose a lot of rings on the other guys.
Yeah, I know. I never really, I very rarely ever have issues against the Bio Wizard, where it's like, oh, you ran out of rings.
Bio Wizard's finicky sometimes.
Maybe a little bit, but it's never to the point where I'm like, gosh, this is bullshit.
It's also a 2-minute fight.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like he doesn't have enough. Might not even 2 minutes, man. I feel like he doesn't have enough health compared to this. You're just like, I am a god. Are you gonna buy the Bio Lizard Shadow Lego set? Then you didn't watch Sonic Presents. Where they're just like, everybody loves Shadow this year.
It is killing my right finger. I just have to hold on the back trigger all the time. I guess I don't need to with Shadow because I'm just kicking Bean. Have I done any damage with Shadow?
Maybe. You didn't lose any. 11.
Hey, you're running short on rings. Use the Y button to switch with me.
So did you just tell me to use the Y button?
Yes.
Solaris.
Not very diegetic, is it?
In the final boss, you're barking controller inputs at me?
Anyway. I had a thought and then I freaking lost it.
Shadow, buy the Prima guide. On sale now. For help with this final boss.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You know how, like, they had Year of Luigi and it was, like, the worst year Nintendo's ever done? Man, imagine if the Year of Shadow is, like, one of Sega's most profitable years.
Our mascot is now Shadow the Hedgehog. I feel uncomfy right now.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I'm at that weird spot where it's like, do I switch?
Yes!
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 Bring energy. Use the Y button to switch with me. Let's see how long you can keep appearing as
Sonic, I just need you to not get sucker punched when you come in. You're immediately losing out on 10 rings.
And thanks for hanging out, Big Red. We'll probably win sometime this evening.
I think I go through them when I'm really fast. I lied.
Use the Y button to switch with me. Time to unleash the ultimate power.
Ay, ay, ay.
Shadow, I'm trusting you to do this.
Eggman, you don't get a say in any of this.
Yeah, this is kinda... This is mostly your fault. Shadow, remember, we're friends.
Adventure 2 together. I don't think Shadow does damage.
I think you just need a weird angle on it.
He stalls
And
time,
just,
though.
yeah, that works.
Silver
Also,
does good
swap,
damage. It's
swap,
just inconsistent.
swap.
It was only a 10.
Short on rings.
Oh, and how many do you lose if you get hit?
Prepare to meet your doom.
Anyway, whatever I was going to say. Oh my god, there was an episode of Sonic Boom where Eggman tried to be friends with Shadow. He's like the second most popular Sonic character. Just will make my street cred go up. Yeah, go up. I think Sonic has to be. Just collide with the lasers.
Hey, do you still have ring energy? Use the Y button to switch with me. All right, it's my
Sonic, just once. Thank you. Thank you.
Come on.
Stop peeing. Stop peeing for half a second.
He's like, he's popping a leak there.
Come on, man. No, come on. It didn't do anything.
19. I'd say start doing 15, just because we don't want to risk it at this point.
Sonic, I believe in you.
time to unleash the ultimate.
Also, not a bad idea to choose points specifically when he's not doing like laser attacks too.
Well, I think it's the boss.
It was charged, maybe a bigger attack will. You have like one slither of
Well,
Shadow did it. Best character Shadow. This is a Shadow household now.
time for phase 3. One to reach the end. I think it says that in the song. One to reach the end. You didn't do it. It wasn't you.
Just made
Huh,
it.
you really suck at this, don't you?
What do I even need rings for in this mode? What do I need rings for? I can't use them on the boss.
You can use it in the Chow Gu- Oh, we didn't get time to implement that. All episodes clear. Music is now available. Save! Well, at this point, even if the console blows up, we can just watch the rest on YouTube. Yeah, congratulations. Yes, I helped. I knew
she's
they would.
alive. That's good. Is Iblis dead forever now, or? There's 3 glowing hedgehogs.
I mean, it's mostly Eggman's fault. Also, a little Silver's fault. Really, they kind of helped each other out. Then again, I guess Silver's future would have been fucked up if Eggman hadn't mucked everything.
What's happening? Why are we just floating in space?
Did you destroy it?
No,
I made him good.
that is the true Solaris.
He was bad, but now he's good. He's moving into
I
your
mean, I didn't think it was
neighborhood.
weird that they worshipped the malevolent god. Maybe the experiment where they tried to harness it corrupted it?
I guess.
Look,
Maybe I shouldn't think about it too much. Maybe this game is
this
stupid.
is Solaris.
This is Solaris. He's a flame of hope. Not to be confused with Polaris. That's an opening for My Hero Academia.
Our world will change. Solaris will allow us to control time and move through history. People will be able to rectify.
Maybe he was just
past
mad that they
mistakes
were
and
trying to
avoid
harness his
big
pee.
fate.
Yeah.
Will we be able to see Mama?
Oh, it's all about her dead mom.
Yes, Elise.
Is that her
We'll
dad or her
both be
grandpa?
able
I think
to
that's her
see our
dad.
mother once again.
He looks old.
He had a very, very strong sperm count. Well, I'm the king, so even though I'm like 70, that means I get to have like a 20-year-old wife.
But she died. What if
Like, you
Blaze
don't mess
was
with
her
time
mom?
travel. Unless you're Trunks, then it's okay.
Or Silver, because you're cool.
That kind of made things worse, but
This is where
Yeah.
everything began. Who knew such a tiny flame could bring such devastation?
I think a lot of people make fun of the plot, but I will still stand by. People would think that this plot was freaking brilliant if they liked the game.
And then we'll never have to worry about the flames of disaster.
They'd be like, oh man, him telling her, not to cry wasn't him just being like, don't be sad.
But
Oh man, it was like foreshadowing. They hinted at the entire time.
you and I will never meet.
Alright.
It will never have happened.
I'd like to think that this game never happened, actually.
To tell the truth,
I'm sad.
I don't care what happens to the world.
Well, I do. Does that count? The world has chili dogs.
I just saved it for nothing.
Just smile.
She would rather date this tiny blue hedgehog than save the world.
that checks out.
Man.
Don't cry, Elise. We'll still have DeviantArt.
You blowing the candle out? How do you know that's what you have to do? How do you know that's how this works? Did you just kill God by blowing out a candle?
And now they're all either atheists or agnostic.
Well, maybe he was good the whole time. Well, like he's good now. He didn't even sing. It was just instrumental in his world.
I gotta save something for the credits. Like, aye.
Please, I remember.
I think there is supposed to be some implication that they might remember, kind of. But then again, she could just be looking longingly after him. He's like, ah, he's so hot. Really? That's your type?
It
wasn't the emotional connection. She just
Someone was calling me.
is into little blue
Sure,
hedgehog.
it's just the wind.
Well, I guess the royal bloodline ends with you because I don't think you're compatible in that way. Oh, somehow familiar. It's like she kind of knows. It's like, oh, deja vu. Maybe he does.
But
Maybe
he's
he
the
doesn't.
coolest. He ran faster than Amnesia.
I have to remember. How else are you gonna reference this in Sonic Generations? You reference this in Sonic? Oh no!
The moon's in One Piece at least. That means it not the same universe as the good game. I don't think they fixed the moon.
If you're talking in general, next we're either doing Homebody or Killer Frequency. Then after that, we're either... I think you wanted to do Sonic Adventure 2.
Maybe.
Just as a comfort game. But maybe you'll be
Yeah.
over it by then.
The trauma will have passed.
But yeah, probably next time Sam's around, we will do a stinking horror game. And then after that, I think we're going to do Metroid Prime 2. Because I need to play the Metroid Prime games before 4 comes out. Anyway, do you have some closing thoughts?
I'm letting the credits play.
It's not
Shame.
playing... it's not playing butt rock.
It's playing like...
But yeah. And then I guess the next Sonic game would probably be Unleashed for you.
That's better than this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like every conceivable...
There's
Actually,
Unleashed or
there
there's
is one
Heroes.
aspect that is worse in Unleashed. Nah, Chip. You don't
No,
really...
that's fine.
You don't really have a nag in this game. Oh my gosh, they showed it again! Ah! Don't shine it out! I want to see if she uses tongue!
They paid someone to animate that. Like, he had to go home to his family, like, what'd you work on today? Well,
You know that kind of art that I used to get paid for before I became a professional animator? The boss found out about it. No, I didn't get fired. He asked me to do it officially. Oy, oy, oy. And then... Oy, oy, oy. This is a good job, by the way.
I feel like this is scarier than any horror game you could play.
Yeah, I've said that about Sonic games before, where it's like, yeah, you could show me some freaky stuff. Although, I'm not sure if I get, like, too affected by horror these days, but... I do recall getting freaked out by, like, a horror game when I was, like, a kid. And I didn't even, like, play it, right? I was just, like... I was on, like, a trip with some friends or something, I think. And, like, I think they were going to the gift shop, but I was kind of just like, I'll be fine waiting out here in, like, you know, like, the lobby of the arcade. There was a House of the Dead, like, machine, and I just kept on, like, watching it loop, like, the intro, like, and everything, and I, like, had nightmares for a while. I was very small when this happened. Hey, we talked about it before. I'm not too surprised. I am aware that furry artists get, you know, like, bank. And you know what? They're doing God's work.
Yeah. That's what Solaris wants.
Well, not necessarily of, like, Sonic OCs. I'm... Steel Crystal and Lola Bunny. I mean, somebody's into it. A lot of people are into it. Like, oh yeah, yeah. Well, there were issues in production. There were a lot of issues in production. Like, we talked about it. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah. One person who was like, yeah, I had a crush on Shadow when I was a kid. Apparently she has, like, Shadow shorts, and it's one of the, you know, like, I think one of the other people she streams was like, yeah, we're supposed to, you know, like, I'm supposed to go to where she's at, and we're supposed to, like, watch the third Sonic movie when it comes out. Just one of those things, like, you didn't used to have a crush on Shadow T. You continue. have a crush on Shadow. Which, hey, it's funny and it's not hurting anyone. Still not as weird to me as people who are like, oh, the ponies. They're so attractive, and it's like, those are actual animals, and they do not appear, they are ponies, not horses. Insulted stinking Kingdom Hearts at the top of the stream, insulting My Little Pony.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
not
you were
really
gonna bring
insulting
it back.
My Little Pony, you know. I'm more insulting the people who get weird with My Little Pony. I heard that, like, the new, you know, I guess it's not new anymore, but I did hear that, like, when they brought it back, it was, like, well written or something, and it's one of those, like, hey, I think that's fine. If you
I'm
like
not
something
gonna
that's for kids, if it's, you know, like, if it's well written, you just do you. I watch plenty of cartoons and stuff aimed at children these days. If you're getting hot and bothered by My Little Pony, though, I'm not sure if it's illegal, but
If I'm questioning it, I might say so.
aye.
Yard.
Request is that you watch Hollow Live. It's, you know, Bijou. Kosaki Bijou has said that she had a crush on Shadow. No? I think the name's different. You know, not just the Bijou and Odin thing. The point is, I was really kind of expecting to get Zebrahead right here, but
Oh, God. Sometimes I feel like these kind of songs work. Like it worked great at the end of Echoes. I love that song. And the one at the end of Persona 5, then there's a different one for Persona 5 Royal. They both work great. This, I'm not feeling it. I would have taken...
they did something like this at the end of Forces too, where it sounded like, you know, I think somebody...
Oh, there you go.
Oh, crank it!
I was gonna say, I would have rather Ed Sheeran.
I'm just gonna push it up its head. I think Zebrahead did I think that's like the name of the band who did this. Either that or they did the remix for it. But His World.
This did the only good thing in this game. Besides whoever programmed Rouge and her controls.
I mean, was she good to control, or was she just like the best out of like...
She was fine.
Like if you have a, you know, like if you have a dozen donuts that are shit filled, but the one's filled with mud, you might take that mud.
She was good. A solid donut. Just like a plain donut. Not the best donut I've ever had. Not my favorite.
But who doesn't love a glazed donut from now and
Yeah.
again? Okay.
And compared to the whatever was in the rest of that box, it was great.
Ay. So. Ay.
It was bad. I
Yeah.
don't know what you want me to say for my review. It was bad. All Hail Shadow, Crush 40.
I mean,
He would have a
were
song.
you underestimating? That I think is one of the questions we can ask here. Because when I was like, oh yeah, we can do this, you can like at least try it, and you're just like, I think it'll be fun. And you did make the point that you didn't think it was going to be good, but it'd be good to stream. But did you like underestimate? Was it one of those things that's like, it's not going to be good, but I'll have like a passable time, right?
Yeah.
So you were thinking passable?
I was thinking it'd be bad, but it wouldn't hurt.
Like, when I say that this is considered one of the worst games of all time, before you would think, you know, would you say that before you would have thought that I was exaggerating, and now you're
A
just like...
little bit. I still think there's worse games. Have I played them? I don't think so. But
There are some pretty terrible games out there. I played it. You know, I played some.
like just watching it is hard to fully understand how terrible it controls.
Yeah, that is also very fair. There's like a lot of times where it's just like, you know, go straight, and it's like, it's not that simple.
Yeah. And then it's like, I was not expecting it to be the same levels recycled over and over and over again.
That's kind of a... I mean, it's sometimes a Sonic thing. They do it like a little, like they do it sparingly
Yeah.
in Adventure 1. You don't really... Like, I think the only recycle you really get in, in Sonic Adventure 2 is there's 2 cart levels that are pretty much the same. But otherwise...
Rouge is a good bit harder. It has
Well,
holes in
still,
it.
I just mean,
It
like,
has
that is, like,
holes.
the stretch, right?
Yeah.
Like, all of the levels are, like, they're unique, right? And then in Heroes, they make you do the same thing 4 times. In Shadow the Hedgehog, they make you do, like, the same game, like, about a half dozen times.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, the first level is like, okay, haha, it's a little funny bad, but it's not terrible. Like, running on the beach, and, like, it's a nice setting. And then you just get to Fire World over and over again, and then you get to the future, and it's Fire World, and everything's Fire World, and it's all ugly.
There probably were about 7 levels total, which, they probably did so that they could reuse, like, the echoes of it at the end, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, there was beach, there was sand, there was fire, there was lava, there was ruins, there was the water base, and there was King's Valley. Yeah, I think that's... I think I named them all. Maybe not by name, but you know.
Train, too.
There was Train! Radical Train! They didn't recycle Radical Train at the end, so there were 8 levels.
But I think each of them had a radical train. 'Cause Sonic
Yeah,
had to-
no, they did.
Yeah, Shadow had to shoot the train. Silver had to, like, escort the train, and Sonic had to break barriers before the train did or something.
Yeah, you needed to make it not crash.
But yeah, I got no nickels.
Sure didn't.
That's probably fine. How long did it take to beat?
Tonight you were at like 3 hours. Most of the other streams, I think this is like the 4th or 5th
stream,
one.
I think.
Yeah. We're about 4 hours, so like 18 hours maybe though. We can look at it then. So here's a question, and I don't expect this to happen like anytime soon. But if at some point I decide that I'm going to play this, maybe on stream, do you want to come back for that?
If I'm just sitting here watching, sure. I
Hey,
don't want to touch
You just
the
need to do
controller,
the
though.
one part of the Blaze level that I did for you that one time.
Oh, okay.
I think I died afterwards, and then you had to.
Beating
No,
up
I
those
think I did
enemies.
get past, and it was like, oh yeah, that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that would be funny to have you do just for a bit of continuity.
Yeah, work together and head to the goal. We could do a lot.
We could do a lot of things. But yeah, I guess we should probably start wrapping up.
Yeah.
Someone has said that they might stream with me tomorrow night, so there might be a stream tomorrow night. I might also try to get the new channel up so that I can do this new stream on the channel. But there's also like a barrier where it's like, you need 24 hours, After you select live, you need to wait like 24 hours before it actually gives you the option. So maybe I won't have enough time to get it up.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a stream here tomorrow, there might be a stream on the other channel tomorrow. If I do set up the other channel, though, there will be an announcement here. But we'll see. Next week for sure, though, we will be elsewhere, so keep an eye out for announcements. You have anything clever to say?
I did it.
Yeah, you did. Great job. This was not worth it, but you did it, and you had the bragging rights.
This is the crowning achievement of my gaming career.
Oh, dear. But yeah, okay, I guess we can start wrapping up. I think I already started wrapping up, so thanks everybody who stopped in to watch. Thanks everybody who checked out the VOD. It is done.
Next
I
time will be a better game.
did not expect, a part of me really didn't expect for it to be done. I was expecting, a stream, maybe to try out, the other characters.
Mm.
But that was it. And then, yeah. Like I
Sure.
said, when we migrate over to another channel, there will be probably an announcement video here because community posts don't always pop up. And that'll probably do it. Also, consider checking out my main channel, Explosion, where I do scripted videos and sound a bit more intelligent and everything. With that, have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening.
Bye-bye.
We give thanks for the blessed flames. May we always continue to have peace